Hello, everyone, and welcome to tonight's episode of Critical Role, where a bunch of us nerdy-ass voice actors sit around and play Dungeons and Dragons. We have quite a quickly ramping episode tonight, but before we get to that, let's go ahead and talk about a few of our awesome announcements and sponsors. First up, tonight's episode is sponsored by our good friends, as always, at Loot Crate. Sponsorship. Sam,
like a bunch of
you have a
wolves.
few words on this?
Guys, I've got some talking points here. Go to lootcrate.com/criticalrole and enter promo code criticalrole for 10% off your subscription, or lootcrate.com/vivathordak.
Whoa.
Enter promo code Sam reads these ahead of time. Just kidding. That doesn't exist. But that's what happens when I don't read the notes ahead of time. That was very funny, crew. That's very funny. The crew got me.
I believe that was actually supplied by Loot Crate.
No way!
You got trolled by Loot Crate.
That is amazing.
I can confirm that is indeed. That's amazing.
That's amazing.
Oh, that's great.
It got me. Well, that's fine. Do you want? I had prepared something. Should I do it anyway?
Yes.
Good.
All right. I need a little slow snap from everybody because this is a beat poem.
Oh, God.
You ready? Hey, Daddy-O, can you get hip to some knowledge? Picked up from the school of hard knocks, not some stuck-up college. I know the man's gonna try to shut me down, lock me up, send me off to Vietnam. But I gotta speak the truth, little hip cats and kittens, cause that's who I am. See, right here, shit, it's gone, is a box of things that corporate America wants you to buy. Wants you to toe the party line, cut your hair, shave your goatee, and subscribe. But me and the Ginchy guys down at Vitamin Village say no, you dig? No to the fat cats, the stick suits, and the company pigs. Oh my God. We're dragging our cigs and take a swig of moonshine, jump this crate on the floor and look at this so-called... Actually, it's really cool stuff. It's really awesome stuff. Doctor Strange, that cat is swell. Fantastic Beast looks crazy as hell. The box can fold out too, that's jazzy. Ignore what I said before, I was just spazzing. So yeah, Loot Crate, steal my soul. Give me a discount using Critical Role.
That was ridiculous.
Fire!
Wow.
That was the bee's knees, Daddy.
That would may have been my favorite.
Oh, snap.
Oh, I feel tingly.
Wow.
Hot damn.
And they trolled me.
And they trolled you. That's fantastic, Sam. Thank you so much.
Poetry'd us to our death. That's...
Yep.
Alrighty, so setting up here for the next bout of announcements. All right, so first off, thank you all those who tuned in to our first episode of Vox Machina earlier this week. Brian, it was our first episode, and his first episodes are usually fraught with much peril, difficulty, technical, and mental. We hit our stride about halfway through, I felt, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Those will be every Thursday at 7. Have you cast members come in and talk to our fantastic host, Brian Foster. He is fantastic. Show him some support.
It was so much fun getting to talk about all this shit we never actually get to talk about with other people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like me and Rich had opportunities every now and then in certain periscopes to kind of chat a little bit from post-game conversation. It's really cool to kind of have a
Good
space to
questions.
do that.
Yeah.
That's the thing too, guys. Please send in your questions. They're extremely helpful, and I like the idea that we can have some pre-thought as opposed to just reading from a chat room that's scrolling at 1,000 miles per hour.
Hashtag Ask Vox Machina.
Yeah. Hashtag Ask Vox Machina. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yes, Laura, do you want to talk about some of the things that we have in the store?
Oh, this
If you
is so
would?
exciting! All right, so these fabulous bracelets and those pins that you guys ordered a while ago, those are shipping out next week, you guys.
Yeah.
So look forward to that.
That is awesome.
I have 2 of those.
We have, you remember the limited edition patches that we have from Comic-Con? We got more of those, so those are back in the store tonight, as well as if you go there right now, you may notice we have a limited run of more Gilmore's Glorious Goods t-shirts,
Whoa.
as well as some How Do You Want to Do This t-shirts.
Yay.
And I know,
Surprise.
I know, those are probably gonna sell out pretty fast, but they will be back in the store in a couple of weeks, so if you order now, you might just get them before Christmas in a couple weeks. I don't know, but
We're doing our best. We're doing our
yeah,
best.
we're doing our best.
You gotta get that unicorn though.
That unicorn.
Gotta
though.
get that unicorn done.
It's a great shirt.
It's my favorite shirt.
Yeah.
It's pretty great.
Get that unicorn done.
I spot him every now and then in the wild, and it's one of the weirdest experiences of my whole life. Be like, should I say something? I don't know. I feel like I should. I mean,
Just go, no!
And these ones are in stock, so they're not pre-order.
Like Donald
So you'll get
Sutherland in the Spider. I just perfect. I'll probably do that from now on. All right, next announcement. It recently kicked off. Patrick Rothfuss started a wonderful charity these past couple years called World Builders. You can find it at worldbuilders.org. And he's asked us to help be part of that process, help him promote it, to get the word out there, and hopefully next year be even more involved on a physical level. But if you want to check it out, it's a fantastic gathering of authors, writers, and creative minds to help bring together those of our community to help make the world a better place. Go check it out at worldbuilders.org. See if it's something you want to be a part of. Donate what you can. It's a fantastic cause, and they've done incredible work these past few years. So we invite you to join us, as I'm also giving a bunch to it, and we're helping to keep this promo train going for the next month as long as it's going. So go ahead and take a look and be a part of it. Thank you, Patrick, for including us in this awesomeness. We're happy to be a part. Let's see. Also, we have a new round of playlists that have begun. We did the character playlists last year. They seem to go over pretty well. The first one went up last week with Vax's playlist.
It's hilarious.
You had a song for me, I saw it.
It is a knee slapper.
That's me.
Is it really funny or is it?
No.
No.
All around me are familiar faces.
Oh my God. No, I'm gonna
I'll put that one in for you on my playlist.
There you go. But it was an awesome playlist. Give you even further insight as to the growth of Vax's character over this past year. We have the next one coming up. Is it yours, Keyleth?
It's mine.
Yeah, Keyleth is coming up
Round
next.
2.
Hell yeah. So we've seen that soon on the Geek Sundry website. So keep an eye out for that.
Tomorrow.
Indeed.
And
Fridays?
Oh, boom.
Tomorrow, yeah.
Tomorrow.
Tell you what, if I have a super funny year, I'll make a super funny playlist.
Yes!
There you go. They just announced it today, but for those who've been keeping along with Force Grey, which we did earlier this year with Dungeons & Dragons and Nerdist, we finished out on a cliffhanger, and now we're going to be finalizing and finishing the final episode on December 5th, live from the Egyptian Theater here in Hollywood. They put out a cool poster today, designed by the same artist who did the Stranger Things cover.
That's so cool.
And so you get to see me Stranger Thingsified, I guess you would on the cover. You can check out either my Twitter or the official Dungeons & Dragons Twitter for more information on that as it comes out. But December 5th, it will also be live streamed. So if you can't be there in person, it will be available on the internet via Twitch for you to watch live at your leisure. So looking forward to that. I hope you check it out and like it. And last but not least, next week is Thanksgiving. We will not be having an episode next week because we're all going to probably be with our families and out of town and eating a lot of food and enjoying the tryptophan. And hope you're doing the same. So we'll miss you guys next week, but we'll be back the week after at the beginning of December for the rest of this absolute basket of chaos.
It'll be good. It'll be a restart when we all die.
Yeah, it'll give you 2 weeks to build your characters. Great.
Yeah.
We can, on Thanksgiving, we can be thankful.
Thankful.
We can be thankful for the campaign we had. The characters we had. It'll be great.
Plurals all around.
Take
Forward
another
to
step.
this. So, without further ado,
No.
let's go and jump in
Jesus
to tonight's episode
No.
of Critical Role.
So ready.
Welcome back. So, as we last left off, Vox Machina, in their trek to take down the Chroma Conclave, have been acquiring the vestiges of divergence, ancient artifacts from a long ago historical battle. They've gathered each and every one, with one final one remaining. They kind of pushed the timeline for their encounter with the Chroma Conclave forward at a rapid pace. And in the process of getting ready for this final encounter with Thordak the Cinder King, the great, swollen, powerful, ancient red dragon who lords over Iman and Taldore, you took a trip to the fire elemental plane to retrieve the final vestige, known as the Plate of the Dawn Martyr, for your fantastic gnome cleric, Pike. Upon making your way there to the city of Brass, a very tyrannical society in a large ancient city run by Ifrit, you encountered some interesting characters in Senokir and Uten, a fire genasi and a tiefling, two partner jewelers that brought you into their establishment, decided to help you out, threw you in chains to give the image of you being slaves to his business. Brought you guys to speak to a number of the currently free fire giants in the city, as apparently the armor belonged to or was won by a fire giant. You managed to, upon asking one named Waska, got the information and sent you to Juriel, a gambler and very well-off fire giant, one of the few responsible for selling the rest of their people into slavery here within the city of Brass, in which a card game was not won.
It was this close.
It was this close every single time.
Yeah.
That was kind of absurd.
Yeah.
However, you were given the option, as opposed to now having sold yourselves into slavery to the giant, to instead do this grand favor for them. Apparently, the past lover of this giant was destroyed, was killed in the streets by a pit fiend named Ghurrix, who occasionally wanders the slave district called the Arches here in the city of Brass. You agreed to go find and kill this pit fiend out of vengeance for the giant, and as such you would be freed from your current onus and be given the armor that is in the possession of Juriel, this giant, as well. So, everything should be great. You guys applied a seeming enchantment across the party, allowing most of you to look kind of like just copies of X and Vax, the sexy sextuplets, as you put it, the kind of things you'd want to purchase.
Worth it.
Made your way to the slave market called the Arches, with Scanlan Shorthalt disguised as a flame-wreathed Ezer, sort of fire-plane dwarf. And you proceeded to try and sell this party to the pit fiend Ghurrix as he walked through the area. After acquiring and purchasing two celestial-blooded boys who were on another slavery
Little
block.
sweetlings.
Ulta boys.
Gross.
That's disgusting. Bait. And it was bait, and it's worked out well so far, as it got the attention of the pit fiend. The pit fiend then wandered to where you had set the entrance to your mansion, Scanlan, and upon some conversations, seemingly were unable to convince the pit fiend to suddenly step into this unsafe spectral doorway that you had attempts to coax him into. As many of you emerged into the street, with still Pike and Percy hiding within the mansion itself, the rest of you kind of set the stage here at the mouth of this alleyway. The nearby bubbling of a lava stream just off to the right side of you. Keyleth, hidden into the back of the alleyway, decided that while this moment was still tense, to use the element of surprise, attempted to feeble-mind the pit fiend. Unfortunately, it was resisted by the creature, who then, as an instinctive reaction, summoned a friend, as an Erinius tore its way from the Nine Hells to join Ghurrix at his side. And that is where we left off. So, I'm gonna go ahead and bring up some boss music here.
Oh boy.
Props to that set, though.
And we're gonna have to light some lights here.
This set is amazing.
Because seeing as how we're in the fire elemental plane,
We're doing lights.
Oh no.
I think it's important that we
yeah.
have some proper
The
fire
sky is
elemental
on
plane
fire.
Get it on.
lighting.
Oh god.
Would you like to phone a friend?
I gotta put my glasses
Would
on.
you like to phone a friend? It's not
Oh
gonna
my
help.
god. Alright, so the blue thing is the magical door?
Yeah.
So to give you guys some context,
Okay.
the set wise. So this is the doorway, the entrance to Scanlan's mansion here.
Yes.
Okay.
As big as the doorway you could have made.
We're
it.
so full.
Back here is Keyleth, who had fired
Hi,
off the spell.
Keyleth.
Hi.
Here we have Vex and Trinket, who you had pop out.
Yes.
As well as Vax, who had just stepped out of the portal. Scanlan, with in front of you the two boys.
In front of him They were
Yeah.
in front of him?
They
Yeah,
were in
I was
front of
sending them off to be
Yeah,
sold.
but I thought you were holding up the chain and they were standing behind you.
No, I was holding the chain and they stepped forward.
Fucking shitballs.
And Grog was off here to the side. Here we have Ghurrix himself as well as his ally companion and a number of other slavers and or slaves that currently line the streets as part of this, who are now watching as this conflict may seem to erupt here.
Narrator
Stressed.
/ dungeon master?
Yes.
Are there, what are those guards? There's guards in the city,
You
right?
free?
There are
I
guards.
looked
They-
for them
they-
the last game and they're not around
They're
right
not
now.
around.
There are free. You didn't see any around at the moment, no. They're called the Illuminated.
Does his companion have a name like Carol or something?
You don't know.
Carol, it's definitely
You
Carol.
can certainly ask.
And what's
Yeah.
behind
Excuse me.
the pit fiend where the map disappears? Is there building there or what?
There is an edge to a building there, and part of just a thoroughfare walkway.
How many stories is the building behind them?
How many?
I'd say probably 2 stories.
All right.
At most.
Is that building made of sharp spikes
How
that
many?
if we destroyed the building, it would just kill the bad guys?
Probably not. Damn it. However, I would like to ask you all
No.
to roll in.
Yes! There we go.
A lot going on.
Ceremonious.
Okay, not
Simply
terrible.
and simple.
Oh, natural 20!
Nice.
I don't know what to do with that in this situation.
Alrighty. So, looking at how things stand here currently, 25 to 20.
Darn it.
Oh, wait.
22.
17 plus 24.
24. Okay.
I rolled for Pike too. Is that right? Or
Yeah.
should
What's Pike's roll?
she's gonna kill me?
It's very Pike-like. Natural 1.
That's very
That's so
Pike-like.
Pike
to
is
kill you.
at the bottom. Rolling in character for him. That's great.
Yeah. Sorry,
Great.
sorry.
So, 20 to 15.
19.
19.
Also 19.
Yeah.
Yeah, baby.
But you know what? That'll give her more time to get.
I don't know what to do.
For me,
I don't
that's
know
bad.
what to do.
Fine. So, Grog and Vax 19. Percy 18.
Just touch them.
It's not good for me.
Just keep touching it. Just keep touching it all.
One of the bonuses of this.
All
game.
right.
What are you at? Keep going.
Scanlan, what did you get?
13.
13.
I'd be dead by the time I go.
Perfect. Given that standpoint, we are at the top of the combat round. You watch as the pit fiend's wings unfurl. The jaw clenches as the fangs now protruding from underneath its demonic visage. It looks past all of you into the alleyway, the source of the magic that seemed to affect it. Now its current intent. The demonic female, or the devilish female that stepped through the brief portal, her wings unfurled, kind of floating gently off the ground, holding the long sword in one hand, a long bow strewn over her shoulder, and some sort of strange wound rope or lasso on her belt side. Fully armored, now looking intently as to what her next target's going to be. Vex, you are at the top of the...
I'm the top?
You're the top. You're 24?
24, man.
Oh, Jesus.
Initiative. Yes, you are.
22.
Okay, you're
Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay.
What are we doing? What are we doing?
Okay,
You are
number,
right there.
Kill.
Trinket's
number one, I'm gonna yell at the boys to run back into the mansion.
right. The boys... Okay.
I hadn't thought this much yet because I didn't know it was gonna be first. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna Hunter's Mark,
Hunter's Mark.
the pit fiend.
The pit fiend. Alrighty.
Ghurrix?
Ghurrix.
Ghurrix with a U.
I'm gonna
Ghurrix is
yeah,
Hunter's Mark.
Useless.
and okay. I have a question.
Yes.
If I do the bramble shot, does it do the damage straight up? And then if they do the strength save, then it doesn't. Then
Correct. You still have to roll to hit, but then when it hits, it does the damage, and then the strength save is to see if it's restrained or not.
okay. Okay. So I'm going to
Keyleth, you're on deck.
tell Trinket to move up next to him.
Trinket pushes through. 30 Trinket is charging upward.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna can I do bramble shot as one of my attacks and then I do another regular attack? Is that the way it works?
What's it say for these specifically the ability?
It just says bramble shot.
So yeah, so one of your attacks would be Bramble Shot.
Okay, I'm gonna try to do the bramble shot on it.
All right, go for it.
Okay. Okay, that doesn't work.
What'd you roll?
A 1.
A natural 1 again.
2 1s is like the first 2.
Where's your dice
Where's
jail?
the jail, man?
I don't know. The dice jail isn't still the thing. It's not here. Okay.
Bramble shot goes wide, swooping past it, slamming into the building behind it. You watch as the arrow explodes, and a series of vines tangle outward and wrap around the side of the building.
Cool. This is off to a really awesome start.
Come on, Captain. Let's go.
I'm
This
gonna
is the calamity
just
that
try
you
to shoot him.
Bounce back.
All right.
25.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
Does that hit him?
25 hits, yeah.
Okay, good. 14, 16, 17, 18, plus 2d6 because Trinket's standing next to him. 25.
25. 25 damage. Alrighty. And then, is...
Trinket ran
you're
up
using
to
bonus
him, but
action,
yeah.
so 100 arcs.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
so no, you cannot. Alright, do you wish to move?
Yeah, yes. I want to back up into the alley.
Okay. 15, 20. Full movement?
Can I hide behind that building right there?
Right there, you
Can I
mean?
get in that little crevice?
Alcove? Yeah, you can go ahead and dive in that little alcove there.
Okay.
I'll put you just slightly in there. And there you are. You're not
Okay.
quite hidden, but you're kind of peeking around the side.
Okay.
All right.
How many feet away am I from them?
From Ghurrix?
From Trinket.
Oh, from Trinket, you are roughly 40,
Okay.
a little over 40 feet
Okay.
away. All right?
Thank you.
No worries. That's your turn. Keyleth, you're up.
Okay. Shitty turn.
That was great. You killed him, essentially.
Where's his friend that
Right
he
next to
summoned?
him.
Right next to
Hiding
him.
behind him.
The little winged thing?
Yes, like a parrot on a pirate's shoulder.
Okay,
Right now,
and
kinda.
this guy over here who's like, "Arr," with
Right there?
that guy, is he angry at us too?
No, he's currently standing next to this block with a slave that's in chains that it's holding the chain to, and was in the middle of barking before all of a sudden it watched the summoning
Okay,
happen.
so he's just like, fight. Okay.
Well, yeah, he's looking over right now and just kind of watching curiously about what's going down.
Is this guy, is the pit fiend considered huge or large?
Large.
Large.
And in charge.
Yeah.
Okay. I am going to cast water.
believe I
Okay, and then this is lava. Oh Jesus, I'm shaking. Okay. I'm gonna cast watery sphere right on their faces.
Just get them all wet.
Trinket's right next to me.
Get them-
Give him beach hair.
Watery sphere.
He has to make us. They both have to make strength saving throws.
Or else they're wet. What happens?
Or else they are restrained
In water.
in water.
All right, so we'll use.
And
This
I
is the
can
watery
move
sphere.
them around.
Take a dip and take
Placing it kind of right there. All right, what's
I
the
did.
what's the save they have to make?
Huh?
What's the save they have to make for that?
Strength.
Both of them have to make a strength saving throw.
Uh-huh.
Alrighty.
I'm so nervous.
That is a 21 for the Pit Fiend. What's the DC?
19.
19, so it succeeds.
Okay.
That was a strength.
Yeah.
Too?
Yeah.
The Arrhenius makes an 8.
Ha!
Does not succeed. So while the sphere seems to splatter and try and encompass the Pit Fiend is unaffected by the torrent of water. However, the winged Arrhenius who's floating in the air seems to be pulled into it and is now thrashing about within the water itself.
Good job.
Hey,
Can
that's
I
great.
can I now move it now?
So you conjure the sphere. Off the ground. Any creature in this sexual state which is ejected from space.
It says as an action, it can move the sphere up to 30 feet.
So from what I can see right here, no. You create the sphere, and they are
then
restrained, and then future
As an
turns as an
action.
action you can move it.
Okay,
Nice.
Good job.
it's restrained.
Got some bonus shit to do?
Yep. So now,
Not right now. I'm gonna
we
wait
go.
for
You
it.
got some bonus shit to do.
Yo, you got
Waste
some
of
bonus
How many?
shit?
you know, some bonus shit.
On my good days, I always have bonus shit to do.
Is that your turn? Are you gonna move? You wanna?
I'm going to. Can I just kind of maybe hug, like around the corner a little, kind of hide a bit,
Sure.
just a little, kind of tuck in.
There?
Yeah, that's good. That's good. I don't
Okay.
want to like lose too much visual. Yeah, that's good.
Alrighty.
Yep.
All right, then your turn.
Yep.
All right, that brings us to Vax.
We're tied.
You both tied. You and Grog are both at the same initiative level, so you both going at the same time, but it's up to you who goes first.
Just let the big man go first.
I want to light this candle and get the party started.
Oh, shit.
I would like to fiery rage. And can I bust out in a straight sprint towards a pit fiend?
That you can.
And in the immortal words of Bob Ross, everybody needs a friend, and I want to give him a big fucking bear hug. And I would like to try and grapple him if I could.
Yes, we can totally do that.
I can grapple a creature one size larger than myself.
That you can.
All right.
These fuckers locked down.
D&D Bob Ross reference is like a PlayStation trophy.
Yeah,
or
right.
That's how it's
something.
supposed to be, man.
Achievement unlocked.
Just saying. All right, so so you can see your grapple can replace an attack, as we said before. So go ahead and make a strength athletics check.
And I have advantage on these because I'm raging.
Correct.
50.
Get him. Get him.
23.
22.
Wow.
So, moving up, you have him currently grappled.
Great.
Great.
Okay.
They're both grappled.
Let's all leave except for Grog.
Now, do I have an extra attack because I'm raging? That replaces an attack?
Your
You currently have
sacrifice is
him,
not
you have him
in vain.
grappled with your arm right now.
We'll tell your story, Grog.
You know what? Just because we're here,
Tell your story.
can I like revisit the days of the Crucible, and can I try and suplex this motherfucker onto his side?
More weight.
You know what? Sure. Why not?
No, what?
Who lives, who dies?
I would say.
Just to get him prone, also.
Yeah, currently I'd say for the
Sad all the
purposes
time.
of the grapple, because it takes you a lot of your strength to do so, you would not be able to attack with your axe while you have him
Yeah,
grappled.
no.
That wouldn't function. So you have him grappled. Go ahead and... Go ahead and make another athletics check.
Okay.
Get it, girl, get it.
Get it, girl.
19.
Get it, girl.
He rolled a 17 plus 8. So that is a 25. So no. As you attempt to lift these giant devil claws, just jam into the side of your shoulders, and as the pain hits, it just forces you down, and you can't get enough lift. His wings are just too big, it's too dense.
Yeah, but I'm still giving him love, right?
Yeah, you're still holding on to him. Alright.
That ends my turn.
Alright, then it's Grog's turn.
Okay, I'm standing right in front of Scanlan, right?
Yes, you are. Well, you're right next to him.
Right next to him. Alright, I'm gonna take my hand, I'm gonna palm him by the face and cast Heroism on him. And then I'm going to, that's the first action. First I'm gonna click my Boots of Haste, which they've seen me for the last 30 minutes. We slept, I put my boots on, I've not been invisible all day. So, slap my hand on his face, cast Heroism, then I cast it on myself. Then I'm gonna take to the air and fly up and over them and behind them and sort of hover over the building behind them. So maybe we should just imagine it, Matt, because I want to go off the table and throw a whisper at the back of his fucking head.
Yeah.
From about 40 feet in the air. Yeah, but I mean directly behind him.
Like back that way?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
we can, if you want to just
We'll say for the
imagine.
purposes of this, you're just up behind him.
All right.
Okay, so how far could you fly?
I'm gonna do 50 feet.
Alrighty, good to know.
Above his head, back a little bit, right into his head.
50 feet.
So that diagonal line is probably just the edge of 60.
Okay.
And since Grog is hugging him, it's sneak attack, and he's grappled, which means I have advantage. So it is 25. It should hit if I was paying attention to the ACs. 2 plus 8 is 10. Plus the sneak attack damage is 15, 18, 22, 25, 28, 31, 35, plus the psychic damage, 35, plus I need an 8. Somebody give me an 8. Where's an 8? 8, 8, 8,
Just
8,
roll like a 6 twice, but only count
38,
the second one.
38.
38, gotcha.
Does that work?
I
Alrighty.
don't think that works.
That ends your turn?
I don't know, actually.
No, then I'm going to fly an additional, because I'm hasted, so I can go 120 feet. So I'm going to go another 40 feet. No, I'm going to stay where I am.
Okay.
Stay where I am.
How have you, am I heroic now? What does that mean? What do I do?
Use
Every
a
round
bad
you get,
motherfucker.
because my charisma bonus is not that high, you get 2 hit points every round. And you
Like
are
I add
immune-
2 hit points
Yeah,
to
or
myself?
you get them back. Yeah,
Oh.
no, do they go up? Or is it just
I get 2 hit points back.
temporary hit points?
Yes.
Yeah, so they go up.
Ooh.
Does it get
Nice.
them now, or does it start the next round?
Right?
the hit points.
Let me go look up your spell.
And the wording is unclear on my card. Equal to your...
Okay, until spell and creatures immune to being frightened and gains temporary equals to your spellcasting ability modifier at the start of each of its turns.
So next
so at the start of your turn, you get
2. Just 2
points.
And I'm
and you
immune
and I
to
are
fright.
fine with fear, yeah. That was for you. You went away.
Like always.
Yeah, baby.
Basically.
What are you gonna do?
Alrighty, so that ends your turn.
Not until you see me with my
Percy,
clothes
you're
off.
up. You're currently inside Scanlan's mansion. The
I'm
last
going-
thing you saw was Scanlan reach out and go, "Fucking Jenga!" and then disappear back.
Okay, I'm gonna look out the door.
Okay.
And what do I see when I look out the door?
You look out the door. You
Hey.
see the two chained, celestial-blooded twins or boys standing there, looking confused and frightened. You see Scanlan holding their chain from behind, currently glancing up as Vax has darted off winged and has begun throwing daggers from the air 50 feet up and kind of behind where the pit fiend is. That's what you see.
I'm just going to take some shots from inside the mansion at the pit fiend.
Okay.
And then I'm going to duck away from the door again.
Okay. So
It's the best place to be
cool.
right
step
now.
out of the doorway.
Why
I'm
did
not
I
going to
go
step
in
out of the
the
doorway. I'm going to step
Why
in.
did I go in
I'm in the doorway still.
Sure. So your hand is out of the doorway. Go for it.
And I'm going to
Get a bunch of Mr.
very
Macy.
specific about that. Yeah. Here we go. First
Something
shot.
has to be out of the door.
Oh, before I do anything, I'm going to I'm going to cast Hex on the pit demon,
Okay.
giving him a strength disadvantage.
Okay. Strength ability checks. Got it.
Good, that's good.
Yeah.
And here we go.
Smart boy.
First shot. Oh god, don't do anything stupid. Okay, that's fine. 22 to hit,
22 hits.
and that's I'm not.
I was like,
I am so not together.
Guys,
Hold
we're
on.
winning. He hasn't even done anything. I mean, he's
Don't
pretty
say
weak.
these things.
Weak.
God.
Don't-
Just
Just
sitting there,
the
taking
gun.
that.
just sitting there.
That red light on Matt's face is just
I
so
know,
telling.
you're so scary right now, Matt.
Okay, and that's.
Don't work your eyebrows like that.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
Don't intentionally
Good.
look scary.
That's not bad. That's 15 points of damage, plus 6 points of psychic damage, plus 4 points of necrotic damage.
Okay. 15 plus what plus 4?
15 plus 6 plus 4.
6 plus 4. Okay, good.
Next shot. Let's go sharpshooter. See what happens. Yay! 26 to hit.
26 hits. Yep.
So that's. I'm shaking more than normal. Here we go. Oh, that's good.
Oh.
That's. Oh shit, that's really good.
That's a Percy roll.
Holy fuck, that's a Percy roll.
97.
That's
197.
26 points of damage,
Alrighty.
4 points of psychic damage, and 6 points of necrotic damage.
On top of
Yay.
the 20.
On top of, yeah, that's stacking. I'm not breaking it up. All of these are stacked.
Alrighty. Good.
Because I don't know if the necrotic and the psychic are doing full damage to him, so I'm trying to break them up for you. I'm going to do that again.
Magic guns are dangerous.
Ah. Ah. And here we go for the final roll for this attack.
Pew pew.
Pew pew. And that's really good. That's 29 to hit.
You don't do
That hits.
I do not do that crit thing, no. Not yet.
Do we know what his lowest is?
Not yet. First round, going good for you guys.
This is also good. It's 28
Ish.
points of normal damage, 5 points of psychic damage, and 3 points of necrotic damage.
Terrible.
So what's the first one?
Yeah,
Ah.
I saw
Was it again? It was 20.
What did he do?
28
I mean,
points of normal
yay.
damage,
Alright.
Smirking as he gets ready to put
5
his
points of
Dungeon
psychic
Master
damage.
wang on the
Alright.
table.
3 points of necrotic damage.
Great. Thank you.
And now I'm gonna hide behind. I'm gonna like
Always trust
spin
me.
around and
Inside the doorway.
get inside the doorway and back the fuck off.
Okay.
He's
Good
doing
to know.
that thing Ivan Drago did in Rocky IV
Raining
before he
Percy's
beat
turn.
Apollo Creed.
That brings us to the pit fiend.
Pit Fiend's turn. Pit Fiend's turn.
Damn it.
Let's see here.
Let's see here. How can I kill them? Kill them all at once. Kill them one at a time. Kill them in an
Stop.
embarrassing way.
So.
Leave the book out. There's a rule that says you can't look at the book once your turn has started.
Cut the feed. Cut the feed.
Frag the DM.
Silly grapple. Okay.
Just go knock.
Don't move. Can't see us if we don't move.
Even with disadvantage, that is an athletics check of 25. I need you to make an athletics check.
Oh, come on.
Come on, girl.
Fire.
Philip.
Nothing.
Thought you weren't afraid.
Nope, 22.
22. It bursts out of your grasp. Whoosh, and takes up in the air with its giant wings.
Damn it.
You do get an attack of opportunity on it.
Oh, nice.
Good. Get it.
As does Trinket, actually.
Yay!
Can I make it a reckless attack, great weapon master?
Can you do that on a reaction?
On any of them.
Oh shit.
Why is he coming from
Ow.
me? That looks like that's what's happening.
That's fucked up.
Oh, you
That is
motherfucker.
fucked up.
Where'd he go? Oh,
You just kind of whoosh in the air. And it's actually going to stay about.
Yeah, he's coming for us.
Why?
I tried to make him stupid. I'm sure he realizes that.
There we go.
I was a threat.
maybe.
We'll say about 15 feet up about there.
Fuck.
So that's all he can do his turn because of the
Okay.
trying to break out of the grapple.
Do you have time to move?
So how much damage was that?
Okay, I didn't
Oh,
roll
wait,
yet.
which roll
I was
hit?
great weapon master reckless. I waited to roll.
Okay, go for it.
That's better. 32 minus 5 is 20.
27 to hit.
27 thing.
Yeah, then roll damage.
Okay.
No idea.
11.
I don't feel good.
Yeah, I'm a little nauseous.
Trinket rolled 21.
21 hits. Go ahead and roll.
Is that a bite or a claw?
26, 36 with the great
Say
weapon
bite.
master.
Nice.
Is it a bite attack or a claw attack? Do I get to choose?
Let's choose.
It's a bite attack.
His carefree manner worries me.
Does he have my marker?
Is
13. 13.
13, alright. Trinket, as it bites upward, it doesn't do anywhere near the impact you think it would, even for a nice solid bite. Seems to be resistant to the Trinket's damage.
To piercing damage?
Alright.
To bear damage?
That is half damage from bears.
Was he resistant to my slashing damage?
No.
What? It must be piercing.
Alright, that ends
I do have a magical weapon.
Ghurrix's turn.
Maybe.
Alright, that brings us now to the Aranyas. The Aranyas is going to attempt to escape from
Strength
my
saving
dice
throw.
check?
Your
bitch.
Dumbledore off Aquasphere?
I need it. That's why they're rolling baddies.
Magic
Yeah, it's a
stone.
17 plus
Come on.
4. It's a 21.
Yeah.
So, breaks free of the sphere. And then also, let's see. Oh, no, there. Aranyas, which can go 60 feet up, is going to go ahead and fly up. We'll say onto the rooftop there. Shit. Magical sphere being left there on the ground. However, wasted the action to try and break through. So,
It's on the roof.
all right, that ends their turns. The two celestial boys try and pull against the chains. Do you let go or do you hold them there?
I let go.
Okay, they both just run this way.
No, I meant the mansion! I meant the mansion!
Do you yell this at them as they start to run away?
I said yes, I meant the mansion, stupid!
Okay. They don't really know what the heck is going on.
I know.
I'm gonna roll to see if they recognize that in the panic. Okay, both roll 10, so yeah. They both kind of hear you, stop, and turn, and bolt into the mansion.
Yay!
I don't let them in.
What a dick. What a dick move.
Curls the mustache.
All right, Scanlan, you're up.
You get 2 hit points.
Hey, I got 2
Temporary
hit
hit
points.
points. 2 big ones.
You know, I'm doing
That's gonna save his life.
better than I was before this fight started.
Oh my gosh, I get to hit 100 hit points because of that spell.
Whoa.
That's amazing.
How high up is the pit fiend?
15 feet up off the ground currently.
And how far away am I from him?
You are currently... She's about 55 feet.
Oh shit.
50, 55 feet, yeah.
Can't even get close enough to do shit.
You can move.
I can move, but my move is like nothing. It's 25.
Just so you know, Vax, you didn't get temporary hit points.
at the start of my next turn I do, though, don't I?
Did you cast it on yourself or on Scanlan?
On both of us. Action, and the bonus action was an attack. Hasted.
You can't have 2 concentration spells up at the same time.
Oh, it's a concentration spell?
Yes, it is.
I'll leave it on Scanlan.
Okay.
Can I take a secondary hit on him after the fact, since I was unaware of the whatever?
Sure, because you're not used to
I don't
casting
want him to
spells.
give me
You're not used to
never
casting
mind.
spells. Sure. Go ahead and I'll let you.
Technically, I thought you couldn't cast. I thought it doesn't work with spells. I don't.
What?
What?
I thought you couldn't
Just leave it.
cast 2
Move on.
spells. I thought it was only melee attacks. But I
Right, which is what he's saying, which is why only one of those.
Right. One of them's
spells went off.
concentration, and you can only cast because it's an action spell.
Okay.
You didn't. One action from your haste spell can only be used for weapon attack.
Right, and we had a text conversation earlier today where I said, but if I don't hold an action, I can do this, this, and this. So we just misunderstood each other.
Probably.
I
That's
would
totally
like to
fine.
keep the other spell. to
Sorry,
use
I misunderstood
myself
earlier and
later.
thought you were just casting it on Scanlan. No
Okay,
worries.
so keep the one on Scanlan.
Okay.
And I'm gonna roll. I
Go
would
for
have
it.
rolled a secondary shitty attack on him for 22.
Okay, that hits.
Okay. And that is a massive 9 hit points of damage.
Doctor.
Yeah.
9.
I mean-
Boom. Alrighty.
Done deal.
snaps.
Nobody
Snaps.
worry.
Even
All
though I
right.
was grappling him.
Great. So now it is Pike's turn.
No,
Pike,
it's
who
still
is
my turn.
inside the mansion.
I haven't gone
Oh,
yet.
sorry. Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
I'm too far away to do anything. I don't really want to get any closer. So I will. I'll get a little bit closer. So I'm in range to inspire Keyleth,
Okay. So.
Oh, thanks, man.
I barely understand.
and I will inspire her with a randomly selected limerick from this disgusting book that Taliesin gave me.
Throw it at me. Okay.
Okay.
But it'll
Pick, probably get
Pick carefully.
I mean, they're all horrible.
They are. Pick carefully.
Okay, ready? Mm-hmm. Nope, that's
Nope.
disgusting.
Nope. Probably not.
Wow. Okay, sure. Maggie is such a sad sack of shit
Oh no.
that no one will tickle her tit. It would make her so glad to be had by a lad. Her drawers cream at the thought of it. Taliesin, what did you do?
The only thing I knew you'd love. The only thing I knew you'd love.
Holy shit! Wow. That's incredible.
They're all
Do you
historically
want to
accurate,
take an
man.
inspiration dice?
That's like in the restricted section of Hogwarts.
I wouldn't understand half of those references.
It's very in character.
Kind of
Keel's be like,
It's the filthiest
I like-
book I know.
I
like-
love whipped
I love whipped cream. It's great.
Clotted cream
It's
is
so
the
delicious.
best on a scone.
There you go. So
Yeah.
take your inspiration dice and misunderstanding Scanlan's extremely gross
Dare
limerick.
pin that on me.
Oh, man.
You fucking dare.
Okay.
So that's your bonus action. It's your movement.
It's a deep
We want for your
12,
action.
right?
Yeah.
And this is why
Deep
we
12.
play the game.
And that was definitely a nice one that you found. They'd get way worse.
That,
Goodness
yeah.
gracious.
Wow.
I'm not gonna
It's
do it.
amazing.
I will cast Bigger's Hand and make it an interposing hand between Keyleth and the Pit Fiend.
Huh.
Thanks, Scanlan.
Alrighty.
So now he'll just attack me instead.
So, interposing hand.
I've been trying to
You choose to give an target for half cover. So you have half cover, Keyleth. As Bigby's hand is essentially preventing you from being, it's giving you some sort of armor bonus as it's
Does
basically.
it stop him from moving towards her? Is that how it happens?
It gives her half cover.
It's like a wall.
The target can't move through the hand space if its strength score is less than or equal to the hand strength score.
Oh shit, it's probably super strong.
The hand strength score is
The strong's
26.
really strong.
It is equal.
So what does that mean? It's a roll?
So it can move through the hand.
Oh, well shit. Well, that didn't do much.
Hold on. Can't move.
Just have to.
Oh, it's less or equal to. So no, it cannot move through the hand.
Oh, good. Okay.
Sorry, I misread it. So yeah, currently if it tries to force its way through, the hand's gonna hold it in place.
Talk to the hand.
Yes.
There we go. All right. So that finished your turn.
No, really.
Yes.
All right.
Let's have a diplomatic
Now it's Pike's turn.
conversation here.
Oh, okay. I'm controlling Pike right
Yes, you
now.
are for the time being.
Okay.
Pike is inside the mansion right now. She's watched Percy step into the door frame, fire a few shots out, and then duck right behind it again.
Okay, so she's looking through the door, and what can she see?
Right now, all she sees is Grog and Trinket were attacking the Pit Fiend as it flew off, and that's all she sees now is Grog and Trinket by themselves outside on the street.
Okay.
And this watery sphere that's just kind of floating in space.
Okay, she's gonna step out of the door,
Alrighty.
and she's gonna cast a spiritual weapon
Okay, where is she gonna cast
at 4th level. She's gonna cast it. I want to make it
If she makes it an anvil, can she knock him down to the ground?
That's more of a flavor
No?
element, but we
Okay,
can
cool.
see what we can do.
I want to make it a barbed like noose to go around his neck.
Okay, in true Sarenrae fashion. All right, so for the purposes of that, we will say that this glowing yellow,
It's a yellow noose, so it looks
60
spiritual.
feet. Alrighty. So we'll say that it's kind of in the same space as him where you conjure it there. At a 4th level. So at a 4th level, that means its attacks do 4d8 plus 5 per hit if
Awesome.
it hits. All right, so now that it's landed, so you cast a spell, it makes a melee attacks. Go ahead and roll a d20,
Okay.
adding 10 to that.
23.
That hits. So go ahead and roll 4d8 plus 5.
26
20.
points. And is that all the bonus, or is that?
That's all the bonus action.
Okay, cool.
She cannot cast any other spell lower, or unless it's 2nd level or lower.
Oh, okay. Is Beacon of Hope? Oh, it's 3rd level. Shit balls.
Can you please do this as Ashley, please?
Oh,
Thank
okay.
you.
Oh, hold on. I guess.
That's really good.
Hold on. Let me. Hold on.
Things that are helpful, aid.
Aid. Okay.
Let's see, there is prayer of healing.
Okay, but nobody's hurt just yet. Spell busters allies with toughness and resolve.
What, doesn't she have like an evil thing, an anti-evil people thing? You know?
Does she?
Anti-evil people.
Anti-evil. But at a 2nd level, or?
Let us all cross our fingers that blind spot finishes.
Please,
Wrapping their shooting
very soon, very soon.
And she comes back to.
She's gonna be ready in less than 10 minutes.
That radius
What's
Less than 10
dealio?
minutes.
Great.
That God punch.
She just texted.
Oh, did she? What did she say?
Like 10
She
minutes.
said,
About 5 minutes.
she said, I have a power that kills all evil people
Oh,
around me.
good. I
Yeah,
want
which
to do
is
that,
the
though.
evil, the
for her.
radius
That's
blast
not
thing.
how it works.
It's not in the
Sorry.
next feat.
But there's a radius blast thing.
Radius blast, but that's not a 2nd level or lower.
You know what? We'll save for the purposes of this. If you want to cast aid on somebody, otherwise, right now you'll have to miss the turn because we have to keep this going.
Oh, good. Oh, good.
shit.
Okay, fine. I'll do aid, I guess. Why not?
Okay. So up to 3 creatures within 30 feet, they have their maximum hit points increase by 5.
God, I just ripped it.
Okay. That's gonna be huge. So the only people that are in range are Trinket, Grog, and me.
Well, and Scanlan,
Hi,
Scanlan
I mean-
technically.
Oh, and Scanlan. Okay.
And technically me.
So you can do Grog.
But you're inside the
I'm
door,
inside
so you're
the
Grog,
door.
Pike, and Scanlan would all work if you wanted to do
Okay,
that.
then Grog, Pike, and Scanlan.
Channel divinity.
You don't need it though. Do you need it?
Okay.
I'm gonna go Trinket.
Or you could do Channel Divinity if
What
you
is
prefer
that?
That's the ability. No, it hasn't been 7 days. So she can't do it yet.
Oh wait, no wait.
Since the Vorgal battle.
Okay.
Hasn't been long
Trinket,
enough.
Scanlan, and Pike. I'm gonna cast
Trinket,
toughness
Scanlan,
on.
and Pike. Okay, so that's 5 additional hit points to Trinket's maximum, to Scanlan's maximum,
I'm doing so
and to
good, guys.
Pike's.
And then Pike's gonna run back in the door.
Okay, and then Pike darts back in. There you go. All right, that ends the first round of combat. Next round, we'll actually be able to do some things. Vex, you're up.
Oh god.
At the top of your turn,
Oh shit.
as you kind of glance up, you can see this hellish devil creature. Its presence itself quakes you to the core. I need you to roll a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Oh, okay, okay. Plus 5, what is that? 13, 23.
23, okay. You manage to resist the creature's fearful aura.
Thank God!
Oh shit. Aura?
Yeah. So, you may take the rest of your turn.
Okay, good. Okay, I already tried the bramble shot, it's gone now.
It's gone.
Okay, then I'm gonna attack him a couple times. And that was 1, and a 30.
Whoa.
30 hits. Go and roll damage on that.
Man, your jail
Holy.
is full tonight.
The jail is full, I'm like out of dice, I have to like go through my bag again. 21,
Alrighty.
and then I'm gonna move. I'm gonna move into the mansion. No. Yes, I'm gonna move into the mansion.
Alright. You move into the
No, okay.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm gonna move into the mansion.
Okay.
What? He's whispering at me.
You just vanish inside the mansion.
Shoom.
Alrighty.
And Trinket licks Grog. And that's it.
Not now. There's always stuff with him.
All right, that ends your turn. Keyleth.
Oh, jeez, it's me.
Okay, at the top of your turn, even with the hand there, the creature's size is so large and voluminous by comparison to it, and you see it still trained on you. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
It's like a sad arrow.
Oh, that's not bad. 21?
21. Just succeed. You guys are rolling real well tonight. It's frustrating me.
Don't make that face.
More than the beholder fight?
We haven't slept in a week.
It's on par.
Wow.
But we've only just begun.
We've
So
only
continue.
just begun.
What are you doing,
Oh my
Keith?
god. Okay. My water is fair.
Your water sphere is still over there.
Bullshit. I'm gonna drop the watery sphere.
All right.
Show my chagrin.
Splashes into the ground.
Because nobody was in it anymore.
I am going to try and earthbind this motherfucker.
Alrighty.
The fiend?
Yep.
That'll make my life easier.
1, 2.
Try and get him down.
Alright, that is Earthbind there, and that is
Waste for
a
trying to
strength
drop 'em.
saving throw against your DC.
Check or saving throw?
Not the saving throw.
Damn.
That is a natural 20.
Oh,
So yeah,
fuck.
no effect, unfortunately. The
guys-
spell just kind of gets shrugged off.
Wow. Shit.
Looks like we have an Ashley.
Ashley, I'm texting you right now to tell you what. I'm texting you to tell you what you did.
Okay.
Nothing.
She's
So,
still
you
in
don't need to
set
text.
makeup.
I've been
Professional
getting
makeup for a game.
that's on the way home.
You look so pretty.
Keyleth.
Oh, it's because they did my makeup and hair.
Fuck. That's like it. He blew my action. Can I try and back away from his crazy presence? I can't see exactly where I am.
Run!
Yeah.
You can back away if you want to. You're right behind here.
Is there a way I can kind of tuck inside the little tower that's right there?
You see no entrance to the tower, but you can tuck into this little alcove there if you want.
Sure.
Okay.
Just come back the other way. Come back towards
Can
us.
Can I move towards them? Can I go towards,
This way?
Yeah.
If you want to.
Kind of then tuck in this alcove, maybe?
If you move around,
If I move under him?
He's high enough up, in theory, you can't reach.
Oh, he's
Yeah.
15 feet.
well, he's 15 feet above you.
He's only 15 feet?
Yeah.
Okay, hang on. Yeah. He's only 15 feet.
He's a bigger creature, and if moving beneath him, there's a possibility he may be able to hit you with something if you move past him.
Maybe. But maybe not.
Underneath, not within 5 feet. It's not a.
He's
It's
a big
different.
thing.
He's
so
big.
his-
He
his
could have a
range
whip.
of attack is bigger.
Only 10
I
feet.
thought it was 10 feet though.
Okay, can I try something?
Sure.
Would you... He's kind of hovering above this.
Oh, I'll scooch.
Can I cast, as a bonus action, cast Grasping Vine? Like, right... Like, over here? And
Over there?
No, sorry. Over here-ish.
I think he can't see it.
Little
Against
thing.
the south wall of that little building.
And I want to try and Grasping Vine and drag his ass into the lava.
Into the lava. Okay. So there's a grasping vine over here.
Yeah, that works.
All right.
Also, maybe
It lashes out towards it 30 feet.
it'd be like
It has to make a dexterity saving throw. At a 26.
Man, he's rolling good too.
Yeah. The vine reaches out towards him and he just kind of whoosh out of the way and it whips into the air and withdraws back.
This isn't going well. Alright, alright, whatever. I'm gonna move around, still try and dodge him and tuck in this way. I wanna try and
Tuck
stay
in
close
there?
to them. Yeah.
Okay. As you rush underneath him, heading down, he has a large mace in his hand and he whoosh, sweeps down towards you as you go darting. I'm gonna actually roll a percentile dice to see if it manages to catch you at your height, because you're a little over 5 feet tall.
He's in half cover.
Huh?
I do have Bigby's hand.
You do. The interposing
Heightened
hand is
defense.
helping you against ranged creatures. The cover doesn't really. Well, let me check fast just to be sure.
No, it's fine.
All sorts
So
of
many books.
So many things,
Too many
guys.
All of it.
Guys, Dungeons and
Many
Dragons.
books.
Too many books.
Too many books.
No, it's the opposite side of the
None of
cover.
those
So you know,
were the
it would. So yeah, so it's a
books.
+2 to your AC.
A what?
+2 to your AC.
+2 to my AC?
Yeah, as
Okay.
it charges underneath, and it would catch you as you run past. That is a 26 to hit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So as you go rushing underneath him, scooting behind, this wide arc, he swoops downward with the mace, and it clocks you in the side of the head as a burst of flame comes bursting out from the side of it. You can already,
My antlers!
as you continue to run, you can already feel the blood pouring down the front of your face from the impact. You take
Oh God.
In the immortal words of Laura Bailey, mother bitch.
18 points of bludgeoning damage,
Okay. I know. It could be worse things.
And
plus
Plus,
29 points of fire damage to the head. Whack!
okay, that gotta go.
alright, that hurts.
Fire damage?
The mace bursts into flame as soon as it begins to arc towards her, and as it hits her in the side, you watch her stumble into the side of the alleyway, the blood pouring from her face, the flames kind of burn the edges of her hair.
Oh no.
The mace is now alight, angrily.
My antlers and my hair! Right.
Is that on your turn, Keyleth?
It is on fire.
Keyleth, you done?
Keyleth with the permanent.
Yeah.
Alright, Vax, you're up.
Still, even though we established Grog first.
Actually,
go first.
Actually, no.
Whichever.
We'll go Grog first since you guys kind of decided to do that. So
Yeah.
I'll just put you in the order here.
All right.
So Grog first.
Could I ask the roof that is underneath She-Devil Wonder Woman?
Yeah?
How high is it? How high would it be for Grog to have to jump using his amazing leaping things?
His boots.
Yeah.
The boots?
The boots.
The boots.
Just 10.
What does it say on the boots?
It is a bonus action to jump 15 feet. Birds of Pharaoh leaping. DC of 15 feet straight in the air.
You could get up onto the roof. Is about where she is. She's about 25 feet up. You would be able to get up onto the roof and probably close enough to maybe get like a throwing attack on her.
Or
Great.
you could jump as a.
Could I try and jump, run over to there, jump up on the roof, and run right underneath her?
You leap up. We'll say for the purpose.
I love these things.
Yeah.
Whoa, man.
Right? It's so fancy.
Awesome. Can I attach the chain of returning to the blood axe, and I'm gonna take.
You could you might be able to actually do melee on this. Looking at where she is, she wasn't quite that high, so you could actually make melee attack.
Really?
Yeah.
I was looking at
Kill
her
it.
stand as for height, but that's just her core placement.
Can
So
I make both my attacks reckless, great weapon master attacks?
You can, yes.
17. That's probably gonna hit. That is the 30 on the first one. Nope, 25 minus 5. 25 on the first.
25 hits.
Okay.
Oh, that's how it.
And that's a 27 minus 5 is 22.
Both hit.
Nice.
That's gonna be nasty. Actually, hold on. Was 22 hits?
Yeah, 22 is the second one.
It's still, yeah, it's not gonna matter. Okay,
Okay.
yeah, so still hits. Go for it.
Okay, cool. 23. 20. That's the wrong dice. 28. Plus 10 is 38 for the first one.
Alrighty.
And the second one is 9. Ooh, 6. 27, 37 for the second one.
37. That's
Not
nasty.
enlarged.
Alrighty.
That's why this is the
So 2 heavy hits as you rush up, using the boots. You leap onto the rooftop, coming down with your axe into 2 giant swings across the armored lady. Each hits her, and you see sparks fly, and a bit of blood begin to seep from some of the wounds. Definitely taking a nice little chunk out of her.
I want to ask
She
what her
angrily
name
hisses.
is. I want to ask her name, but I don't.
Okay. Well, and you don't have time to really ask, because she hisses in your face.
I'm allergic to cats.
All right, is that in your turn?
Yeah, it is my turn.
All right, Vax now.
Is Grog within 5 feet now? Is he right up against her?
Correct.
Okay, so what I want to do, hasted, I can go 120 feet. So what I want to do is arc a tight arc around so that I can go this way and down into that little corner So I can land behind Keyleth, but on the way, I want to throw a dagger. Yeah, I want to land right next to Keyleth down in that little nook.
Okay.
But on the way, I want to throw a whisper at her.
Okay, go
as
for
I
it.
go. Okay.
So as you arc around here.
Okay, advantage. Okay, so that is very good. 28.
That hits.
Yeah.
Get my dex.
So that is 1 plus 8 is 9. Plus the sneak attack is 14, 17, 20, 23, 26, 31, 32 plus
Yes.
the 32 plus the psychic damage is 33. So that hits her
Nice.
as I go by, and I want to land right behind Keyleth.
Okay. There's not enough space.
no
to
room? Can I
She's
land
pulled
right in
right into
front
there,
of her?
so you can land in front of her, yeah.
Okay, I land right in front of her, grab her by the face, kiss her full in the mouth, and cast Heroism through the kiss, and then use the rest of. I'll use my bonus action for movement and fly up to that roof straight out across the street from him. From the Pit Fiend.
So you're going to go across the way from here?
You're now immune to fear, and you get 2 hit points per round.
And Scanlan, you are not. Your heroism goes away.
It's
All
fine. It's a concentration.
right, and which way you're going?
Yeah.
Still doing it.
Okay, so which way? Which direction are you going?
To the that building, the tallest building across from the.
Over here?
No, I don't have the thingy.
Laser pointer.
That's why-
and
Laser pointer, please.
So why about you guys laser pointers?
Sorry. I do. He's focusing on this building right here.
Over there?
Yeah, on the but in the little gap right here, this little diagonal spot.
Alrighty. So we'll say, for this, we'll put you right there.
How great is that thing?
Okay. Cool.
So that I'm like this. So just
Right.
my little head is peeking out.
Okay.
Your little itty bitty head.
3/4 cover.
All right, that ends your turn. Percy.
Oh boy.
Burning is all magic.
Okay.
As I use
Okay,
it.
fine.
I didn't know the whole time.
He passes.
Yeah.
I'm going to.
Wing shot, wing shot.
First thing I'm going to do is just tell the servants, get these children out of their chains. You either hide or help. Don't care. Turning around out of the room.
Okay.
My servants start instinctually stroking you.
I'm already out of the
Touching
room.
your hair.
You're just doing this to touch my hair. I don't. Lord.
It's all they know.
Okay. So I'm going to come out of the door, take a look around, see him, and I'm taking a shot at.
Okay, so you step out of the doorway and look around. Because currently, if you just poke out, all you see is the street in
Yeah,
front
no,
of you.
I'm curling around
So you
the
have
door.
to like
yeah.
step out of the door and
Stepping
look
out
around
of the door
side
and take a
and
look
see
around.
him. Okay. So you step out of the doorway, look off to this side. You have a view of him.
Yeah, I see him. I'm going to take a shot to try and drop him. I'm going to do a wing shot.
Okay.
So burning grit, burning grit.
Burning down the grit.
Burn and grit.
Normal shot.
That'd be a good Johnny Cash song.
Natural 20.
The golden
Should have gone for the initial hit. But that's okay.
That was the wing shot?
That was the wing shot. It doesn't matter. It
Yay.
doesn't affect the wing shot. I mean, like,
Yeah, it doesn't do any damage. It just brings him down.
well, no, the shot still does damage.
Oh, sorry, but yeah. So,
But yeah.
So 20 does.
But he still has to do a strength saving check.
Correct.
Yeah.
Even on a crit?
Yep.
Crit?
That is.
But it's a disadvantage because of Hex.
No, that's a strength.
Fuck!
Yeah.
His ability checks versus saving throws. So he rolls a 20. What's the DC?
I can't find the DC. Where did the DC go?
Just say like 50.
50. No, it's not 50. It's
It just says a strength saving throw.
I think the difficulty I can't find it, but I think it's 18.
Okay.
So-
If you haven't updated it, that's your own fault. All right. So it succeeds the save. It does not get reduced, but it does take double damage. So go ahead and roll for that.
Okay. I'm sorry, I'm so confused.
That's what mine is. Mine are all
Here they are.
concentration.
So double damage. So that's
Yeah, it's like, that's why when I go Hunter's Mark, I can't do Hail of Thorn.
18. That's 18. 22 points of normal damage.
Okay.
Piercing?
3 of piercing damage. 3 points of necrotic damage,
Okay.
and 2 points of psychic damage.
Okay.
I'm going to try another shot to bring him down. Same thing. Oh, actually, it's a natural, so I don't even burn any grit. I'm going to try and bring him down again.
Okay.
That's 25.
25 hits. That is a 26 on the
damn it.
strength save.
And that's not the right dice to roll. Hold on. Wow, I'm really out of it. Here we go. And that's 14 piercing, 4 psychic, 6 necrotic.
24. All right, cool.
14, 4, and 6.
Yeah.
Altogether. So
24 total. Alrighty.
And then one more attempt to bring him down to earth. Here we go. That's 21 to hit.
21 hits. Roll the same. 26.
Can you switch dice? That'd be cool.
No,
No, I'm not going.
Cool.
No,
All right.
18 plus 8,
Not
yeah.
going to
Matt
switch.
bought a platinum snitch.
I'm finally bought a dice to
Oh,
combat
that's
you,
awful.
Percy.
9 points of normal damage.
Alrighty.
3 points of 3 points of necrotic, 3 points of psychic.
Okay, 50. Got it. All right, cool.
And bonus round, I reload, and I'm going to finish running to the other side of the alley.
Going this way?
No, I'm going
This way?
yeah, and just hiding against the wall there, like not like just by the fruit cart,
Next to the barrel of
next to the barrel
the
of
explosive barrel.
Yeah,
It's
there.
certainly
Yeah,
gonna explode.
clearly. The red barrel that's a
yeah.
tea.
Oh, there you
and-
Okay, that ends Percy's turn. Next up is Ghurrix. Ghurrix, who currently the issue with the hand being a problem is frustrating. Watches this equally frustrating flying dagger machine flying about. After gorging on touching her, casting something on her, then darting off to the side. Versus, okay, let's go there. Let's go that
Ghurrix
way.
is a big pharma name.
Ghurrix is going to leap in the air.
Ask your doctor. So Ghurrix,
Oh, God.
you.
Yeah.
And you watch as this giant devil comes swooping in towards you, lands on the edge of the rooftop. You hear the top crack, and some of the nearby obsidian that marches the side of the stone roof kind of shatter and break as dust and pebbles begin to break off and tumble down the sides of the roof.
Dustin fell off the roof?
It's going to go ahead and make 4 attacks on you.
Slightly nervous.
Bite, claw, mace, and tail. So,
Parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme.
I'll use uncanny dodge on the first one, I guess.
okay, the first one is the claw.
Yep.
That is a
Maybe use it on the mace.
32.
Dodge on the mace.
Uncanny dodge.
Alrighty, so that is not too bad. 13 points of slashing damage with the claw.
Is that what's halved?
So half of that would be
Okay.
6.
Shush. Okay, got it, got
The
it.
bite attack against you, that is.
I'm gonna use cutting words on that one.
Okay.
I'm
What's
gonna
a
try
20?
to distract.
Yeah,
So 26 to hit. Oh, what's the range on that? 60 feet, right?
Yeah, it's 60
Yeah,
feet.
yeah, for all your
60
marks.
feet.
Yeah, so that's fine. So 26 to hit.
26 hits.
I'm gonna yell up at the thing. We never decided where you would send a check for those boys. My address is 1 Grayskull Keep, Iman 90210, courtesy of Francois Bertrand, Jean-Luc, Australia. But you should really forward it to Percival von Frederickstein von
Like 4
Musel
actions.
de Rollo.
Go ahead and roll your
Close enough.
D12.
D12.
That's good. You just needed to go down 4 points.
12 points.
Hey, there
That'll
it
do
is.
it.
Where was that shit during the card game?
So frustrating. Okay, so as he goes into bite,
Right.
you kind of duck out of the way. It's going to grasp for your throat. However, the shouting Scanlan causes his eyes to dart to the side, and it just misses by an inch.
Love that little man.
It's going to go for its tail attack now.
Yes.
That is a natural 20.
I'd like to use my first luck on him, so he has to roll again.
All right.
Oh, what's up?
Oh.
Natural 20. Oh! I'm not even joking. You can come look if you want.
Go fuck yourself.
I'm not even joking. I'm going to take a picture, because that's fun.
Meant to be.
That's
Meant
fun.
to be.
That's just fun.
It's fine. I'll die.
Wow,
and roll
2 in a
character.
row?
It's
Was that the
fine.
studded
Oh
guy?
no!
Oh, yeah. That's
What?
the one I use for my
Maybe
big
if you-
actions.
Oh no! Oh no!
Oh, it's happening already!
He died!
You just died!
Oh, no.
Vax just died.
This is where it starts.
It knows.
Hey, that was the tail, right?
Yeah.
that's 3d10.
Wow, 220s.
Son of a.
That was amazing. I kind of wish I was using that on the mace, but that's fine.
Do you?
Avenge me!
If you fall unconscious, try to fall unconscious the other
Yeah,
direction.
could you
okay?
politely fall
Just
towards
fall-
us?
Fall somewhere
in your death?
convenient.
Fall down on the
That's
mocap mattress.
46 points of bludgeoning damage.
36,
46.
46. 4d6 or 46?
14.
46.
Oh my
Great.
god.
Oh, sorry, 44. Take it back, sorry. 44.
Oh, that's
Oh,
much
well.
different.
There you go, 44.
Yeah, okay.
points of
See, that's the
bludgeoning
meaning of life
As the
now,
tail
so
just
you're good.
whack slams into you as it kind of spins around, and as the tail hits you, it already has its mace, the flames curling off of it, swinging in a backhand motion towards you. And that's going to be a 22.
Doesn't hit.
Doesn't hit.
Doesn't hit.
Nice.
Because I just got knocked down, so it went over my fucking prone body.
Christ. Okay. So that. Yeah.
46.
That
Wow.
ends its turn at the moment.
Everyone hears, oh!
And you know what? Actually,
Oh shit.
Yeah.
It's gonna do some shit.
Does he leave a Cleveland steamer on me as well, or?
He's still got movement left.
it's going to go ahead and fly down a bit. Behind there.
Oh, what a dick.
What's he doing?
He's
Is
smart.
he kind of
Dick
moving
move.
over
He's
the lava?
smart.
You do get an attack of opportunity if you'd like.
Oh, no sneak attack. Yeah,
No,
okay,
no sneak
fine.
attack.
Ouch!
Yeah, just reaching over towards it.
Nah, probably not. No. Nah.
No.
16, no.
16? No. All right. Now, Arrhenius, which is up against you, Grog, is going to. Let's see.
Da-da-da.
Oh no.
Yep.
There's waste.
It's going to go ahead and first reach off to the side and take its rope that it has and kind of throws it out in your direction. The rope suddenly sparks to life like a
nice.
magical snake and begins wrapping around your body
Not
rapidly.
nice.
All right, go ahead and make either a strength or dexterity check.
I have advantage on both. No, strength. Strength. Natural 20.
Hey!
No effect. So the
I did not do that in a gloating way because I feel like that was very lucky.
so the rope that tries to wrap around you, you just kind of burst off and it whips back to the side. The Arrhenius is now going to attempt to fly back and away from you, which is going to offer it a your attack opportunity, Grog.
Oh, yes.
Speech weapon still up.
Reckless and Great Weapon Master, please.
Go for it.
God. That's 2 natural ones in a row.
Dang it.
No, he's not quite.
My yin to your yang, sir.
Yeah, apparently.
Jesus.
Wow.
I'm just going to take up
2 ones in a row?
Yeah.
into the air.
Is that
You
the
want to
second
put?
time
You
on the
want to
show?
put that in my jail?
No, I don't subscribe to that voodoo bullshit.
That's the second time on the show, right? 2 ones.
It's going to pull its bow out.
That was the first.
Maybe? Okay.
Walk of shame.
Its long bow, all up in the air, and pull back.
She's
and
got a longbow.
loose an arrow, yeah, against you, Grog.
Okay.
That is 21.
Hits.
Yes. Alrighty. So you take 4 plus 3. 7 points of piercing damage,
Halved.
halved. Plus. 14 points of poison damage, which is not halved.
Got it.
And you need to make a Constitution saving throw.
Wait, I have resistance to poison because of the Belt of Dwarven Kind.
You do, so you take half that, actually. So you take 7 points of poison damage.
Good remembering.
10 points total.
But you still need to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
A Grog never forgets.
21.
Yeah, you're fine. You resist the poison effect as it pulses through your system. All right. Alrighty, that's going to end. Let's see. No, it still has a little more movement. So it's going to go ahead and dart over.
She's got poisonous arrows!
Poisonless?
Yeah, as you say it.
God. Is she flying really far away?
20 feet.
She's fleeing. I don't blame you.
We'll say she darts down and then it kind of vanishes behind this there. Damn it. Alrighty. That brings us to Scanlan.
I can't see any of our fucking opponents.
Nope.
This sucks.
Can Big B pick you up?
Wait, where'd she go?
Where is she?
She jumped up on the top of the tower.
She's on the top of the tower.
Oh, bitch.
We won, guys!
Yay! Let's go home.
They left.
We could flee.
No thanks.
Okay.
Shit. As my bonus action, I will have Big B lift me up as high as I can go. See if I can see any of these fuckers.
Okay, so you're changing it from the interposing hand to a lift.
Yes.
Okay. So we'll say it's Big B's pretty easy to lift you up. So move. How far can you move Big B in a
It's
turn?
a 60-foot movement. It takes a couple feet to get to me, too, right?
Yeah, so it would take 10, I'll say 15 feet to scoop you up. And so it's another 45 feet that you can rise up if you want to.
Sure,
Remember, we can hold until we see them, right?
Yes, we can. But you can't
Yeah.
move after you can only do your action.
So Big B's hand can lift you up to about there.
I'm gonna go.
So you can see with half cover the Aaron Yes duck
Oh,
bill
hey,
in
Aaron
there,
Yes.
and 3/4 cover from the.
Oh, I can see them now.
Yeah, a little
Oh, that's
bit.
great.
a
How
little
far away are they from me?
bit. It's hard to say. I'd say probably anywhere between like 50, 60 feet.
So far.
Aaron Yes is a little closer. She's maybe 35, 40 feet from you.
All right. I will. Shit. I don't care about the fucking Aranus thing. I guess if I take a shot, like a lightning shot at the pit fiend, will I hit Vax?
You can probably aim it so it wouldn't.
Can I get it so close to him that he's kind of frightened for a second?
Sure, you can do that.
It's such a weak attack, though. Shit. All right, sure, I'll take it. I'll do a lightning bolt. No, I'm not. I'm just gonna hold my attack till they get closer, till one of them gets closer.
What are you holding?
I'm gonna hold a spell. Do I have to declare it
You
now?
have to declare the spell. And whatever the trigger is. You're up next, Pike.
I will hold.
Oh, you're up next, Ashley.
I will hold Otiluk's Resilient Sphere until the Pit Fiend comes within range.
And who are you casting it on?
The Pit Fiend.
Okay. Good to know. All right, Pike,
I feel
you're
like
up.
now it changes what he's gonna do.
Okay. Hello, everybody.
Hi.
Oh, hi, Pike.
Okay.
Spike,
Hi, guys.
you are currently
okay,
in.
wait, so where am I?
You are inside the mansion, the doorway of which is right there. It's this tiny little spot there. You don't see any of your friends except for Trinket, who's across the way, and you just occasionally hear bouts of battle outside. So you have to really see what's going on. You have to step out of the mansion.
Okay, so the door is open.
Yeah.
Okay. Can I pop out? How close am I to either of the bad guys?
Not at all.
Not at all. And as you step out,
Okay.
you don't see either of them. They are currently not visible from your perspective.
One of them's way up on a tower, and one is on the other side of like a row of buildings from you.
But she doesn't know that.
Oh.
Okay. Am I close to Vax at all? If I peek out?
No, you don't see Vax at all.
You don't even know how fucked up I am, probably.
You're kind of close to me.
It's the downside of hiding in the
close to
mansion.
you?
Good news is you're defended. Bad news
can-
is you don't know what's going
You
on.
can see like me and Grog, and that's pretty much it.
Pretty much it.
Get some chicken ready.
It's Scanlan way up in the air
I'm not-
above you, being held by Big B's hand.
Okay. I'm gonna pop out, and I'm gonna heal Keyleth because you're hurting.
Yeah, I am. Thank you.
Okay, here I come.
Oh boy!
Oh wait, don't forget. Actually,
Here comes the monster.
You have the spiritual weapon up as a bonus action.
Yeah, you can move it 20 feet.
Woo! Okay.
It's kind of up here right
Am I close to her?
now. You're about.
Sorry, I can't see the map. It looks like
It's okay. You're
you all
about.
look like little pixelated blocks.
Understood. You're about 30 feet from Keyleth.
Okay, so I'm going to cast Healing Word then, since I can't touch her.
Okay.
Let's do that Okay. Guys, this is taking a minute. Okay, well, you heal 9 points.
Okay.
There you go, Keyleth.
Nice.
That's something.
Keyleth, your hair's
And
still
then-
on fire.
Oh shit! Oh damn it!
So the bonus is the spiritual weapon still out there?
It is. It's kind of floating up in the air about 15 feet up in this alleyway here, and you don't really know where any targets are at the moment. But you can still move it 20 feet if you want to.
Can I move it 20 feet into closer to them?
You don't know where either of them are.
All right, I'll leave it if I can't see.
Okay, so yeah, it's going to
That'll
stay
be my
there.
turn.
All right, that's Endpike's turn. Top of the round, Vex, you're up.
Okay.
You're still inside the mansion.
I'm in the mansion. I come out of the mansion.
You step out of it.
I want to fly out of the mansion on my broom.
All right, you fly out of the mansion on your broom.
Where are you going, Vex? Vex?
I don't know. I fly up in the air and see, like, my goal was just to
Okay.
come out and like spin around and attack, but I don't see anything. So
No,
I want to be like about there.
About
sure.
there? We'll say for the purpose of this, you're pretty close to Scanlan.
Okay.
So as you swoop up kind of aside, you can see just barely aspects of the two of them hiding behind edges of rooftops and towers.
I don't want to actually be that close to Scanlan though for the actual like.
Right, so like over here.
Yeah.
Yeah, no worries.
As she floats away, I try to grab her butt.
I wanna shoot a couple arrows at the pit fiend.
Okay, go
Is
for
he
it.
under cover or?
Yes, he has 3/4 cover. So he has +5 to his armor class.
Can I be any closer so I wouldn't have that?
Nah, to get high enough to even see him, that's going to be your full movement.
Okay.
Might not do your full movement. Doesn't take away from your actions.
No, that's what he said. It's my full movement just to see
Oh,
him.
for another full movement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got your name right, didn't I?
0, 1. Nope. First arrow just arcs off in the distance.
This is the least amount of d20 she's ever had in that tray. by the
This
way.
is. I have 4 ones
Oh
that
my
are
God.
right now in jail.
Second attack?
Second attack is a 29.
29 hits, yeah. Even with the 3/4
Great,
cover.
cool, tight, awesome.
Is that your
20.
Yes.
All right, 20 points of damage. Nice.
Looking pretty rough.
You can barely see it.
And then for trinkets action, can he run up after Grog on the roof? Can he try to scramble up?
Trinket's full movement. Can get there and start trying to climb. Go
He's
ahead.
gonna, yeah.
Go ahead and roll an athletics check for Trinket.
He rolled really low.
What is that? Just strength?
Yeah, for him.
So you rolled 5.
Trinket is leaving these giant claw marks on the outside of the building.
You got it, buddy. Next time.
Not quite getting there, like starting to break the side of the stand that's
Wow,
next
I've got to get some more 20s out here.
to. Actually, at this point too, a number of the individuals in the street that are watching, as they're starting to move around, people are starting to kind of back away and kind of leave the space. These two guys just kind of disappear and start heading out the street to get out of the way of everything.
Oh, here we go.
These
Here
guys
we
all
go.
begin to move
Here we go.
this direction
Here we go.
just to get away from it all, pulling their various chained servants with them.
Anyone staying and watching and eating popcorn?
No, for the most part, once they realize this kind of the scope of what's going on, they're like, we should get out of the way.
Come along, Clontarf.
All right, ending Vex's turn. Keyleth, you're up.
Okay, do I have any view on pharmacare, big pharma?
No, you have no visual on either of them.
Okay. Is he kind of peeking off to, like, if I shifted around, would I be able to see
You could
him
try.
a little?
You saw him disappear behind the roof, but you don't see him.
I don't see him. I'm gonna try and shift towards you to see if I can kind of see him around the lava bend.
Around this way or this?
Yeah, that way.
Okay, you get your full movement there. Currently no view of him.
Okay. Can I take my action to go ahead and cast Sunbeam and then hold it until I see him?
Yeah, what you would do is you would begin casting the spell and hold your action of casting Sunbeam.
That's what I want to do.
Okay, and what's the trigger for it?
Whenever I see him.
Visual? Okay, good to know. That's end of Keyleth's turn. Grog, you're up.
Yeah. Can I move to the tippy top of the roof? and frustrated with my inability to follow this winged piece of shit, can I take the Titan Stone knuckles and slam them together and enlarge myself?
Yes, you can. What sounds like a mild sound of cracking thunder. These two sides of his gauntlet slam, causing Grog's size to swell to astronomical proportions.
That's just a wee jump to that tower now.
Yeah, now you
It's
can
just so
try to
big.
jump up.
That's what I was hoping for, but we'll see. But I'll have to ask. So, like, that ornamental thing that's above the doorway of the tower,
Yes.
does it look like something I might be able to make a leap with my boots of fur leaping and, like, start a very rudimentary climbing up the side of the tower, King Kong style? If I wanted to try and get up to where she is, or would I be better suited jumping down and going through the door and working my
What
way
are the limitations in the boots?
It says 15 feet straight up or 20 feet horizontally.
Right, there's no limitation to number of times it can be used.
Bonus action, that's it.
Okay.
If I fail the DC, I'm fall prone.
Right, gotcha. Okay. Cool. So you can attempt to do it.
Cool. Well, go big or go home. I'm gonna try and jump towards the tower and grab onto that ornamental fixture that's just above the doorway.
Okay, so as you jump and leap, I need you to go ahead and make an athletics check.
Okay.
I know, I feel like you could make it to the top
I think you
edge.
can make it to
doesn't seem that-
the window.
Let him do his
Dream, you know?
parkour, people.
Yeah.
Well,
Prince of Persia.
in essence, I would like to jump towards the tower. If it goes better
Yeah.
than I thought, then awesome. 13, 21.
21. Okay, so you leap across the way and catch onto the side of the building there. Your fingers sink into the stone from the
Right.
Titan Stone gauntlets. So that's your bonus action. You're now holding onto the side of the building.
Could I use my movement to crossfit my way
Get-
up this?
As you climb over the side, you do manage to get right over. Right down, you see the Arrhenius just kind of duck down with the longbow, drawn with an arrow, and looks up and sees your much larger now face grinning over the side as you grin back, and then land on the opposite.
Hold on, I need a breather. No, I'm just fucking about. You're dead. And I would like, I'd like to make. Can I go into a frenzy? No, that was my bonus action, so I get 2. Can I do Reckless Great Weapon Master 2 attacks on She-Ra?
Yes, you may.
She's not as cool as She-Ra.
26. No, 26. 21.
21 does hit. However, she's going to use her reaction parry. So as you begin to do that, she releases the tension on the arrow, pulls her longsword out, and ching, just parries the blade to the side. It adds 4 to her AC. You miss by 1, and the axe just slides off and slams into the stonework next to her as she begins to step away from you.
Whoa, do I know if she can do that again?
You don't know.
Right. Kitten's got claws. I'll make the second one Reckless, but not Great Weapon Master.
Okay.
I already said it was. Should I do it
Yeah,
again? Because I
just
said
do
it.
it.
All right, fine.
She probably can't do it again.
31.
Minus 5.
-5, 27.
26. That hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Hey! She didn't do it again. Yahtzee. 26. 1 point of necrotic, 26 plus 10 is 36.
36. Oof. Alrighty. Then in your turn?
Yeah, I'm a little attracted to the fact that she parried my first one. I'm kind of confused. Plus, you know, we're up high in the air and the city's on fire. It's very romantic.
Perfect.
That's it. That's my turn.
Alrighty, that ends your turn. That brings us to Vax.
All right, I'm gonna use a bonus action to take.
At the beginning of your turn, as you're kind of on the edge of the roof, you see the being just right there, looming, like just out of your arm's reach. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Yes, but I'm half elf, so I get advantage. So let's see how I do. Pretty good. Okay, 18.
18. The sheer presence of this entity shakes you to the core. You are considered frightened right now.
Okay, so I can't go towards him, right?
Huh?
I can't go towards him.
You cannot go towards him, and while he's in the line of sight to you, your attacks and ability checks have disadvantage.
On him or everything?
As long as he's within your line of sight, you have disadvantage on all of your attacks and ability
That's
checks.
fine, I don't do fuck all with him.
Does he have to run away?
For my bonus action, I'm plugging my single potion of greater healing into my mouth.
Okay.
To start, so that's 4d4 plus 4, right?
Mm-hmm.
4 4. Okay, 10 total, 12, 16. Okay, I'll figure that out in a second. Then I want to use my first action to he's right up on me. I'm going to use my first action to disengage. And then I am going to arc, almost go in a straight line, but arc slightly around the tower. And since Grog is right on the Arinyes, I want to throw Whisper again at her as I zing by.
Okay.
20 feet away from her. Yeah?
About there?
Yeah, throw Whisper at her as I go by and land as far away from the pit demon, because I'm so scared, as I can.
Over here?
As far away as I can get, and I can go 120 feet with movement.
Okay.
Hasted.
In order to still be in view of the Arinyes,
yeah,
he's still in view of you. So you have disadvantage on the attack against the Arinyes, but you can go ahead and do
against her. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. But that cancels out because I have advantage because Grog's right on her. So it's a straight
You don't get advantage
roll.
on the attacks from hitting someone, you just can sneak attack them.
You're right. Yes, that's right. Thank you.
No worries. So disadvantage on the attack.
Disadvantage on the attack. Okay. Balls.
Oh,
1.
God.
1.
Just
You're
streaks
so
off and
scared.
returns to your side.
What are you gonna do?
And you're landing over here, you said?
Yeah, as far as I can get, 120 feet.
Yeah, you can, 120 feet.
And if
full
there's a
movement, you
nook
can get
to
over
scoot
here.
behind in a corner. I
Okay,
will.
you could probably scoot behind that way.
All right, I can't even see it.
Alrighty.
Good move. Good move.
Great.
Gamora.
Oh, is that her name? That's what her name is.
Alrighty.
It's definitely Gamora.
Gamora?
I should ask her her name. Just,
You should.
You know, it's like
You're
40.
right on her.
What's
Yeah.
your name?
I'm gonna be right on her in a second.
Maybe
Alrighty.
she has like a name tag or
So that ends Max's turn. Personally,
my
right?
name is.
There's not much I can do.
Nope.
So I'm going to run towards that next set of buildings and kind of recover next to the fountain that you can't see.
Which way? This way?
No, the other way.
Okay, so you're gonna run over this way?
Yep, I'm gonna burn the whole thing and then... See that fountain right there?
Full movement?
Yeah, full movement. And okay, not that far, the other side of the fountain.
Right here?
Yep, and I'm hiding in that corner, and that's where I'm getting.
Okay, good. That ends your turn.
And that's
Holding
my,
your action?
that actually, did that burn my action, or?
To get there, it have to be a dash
Yeah,
and a dash.
that's a dash, so that...
Yeah, it's a move and a dash.
No point to it. Actually, how far could I have gone without burning my action? I'm so sorry.
You would have gotten onto the bridge there.
there. Stay true to yourself, Taliesin.
Touch yourself.
You're so sweet. Stay true to Percy.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Yeah, I mean, I'm just trying to get somewhere. That's more advantageous.
Okay.
There.
All right. So, beginning of this turn.
Oh, I see. I see.
Okay.
Cheese, Pete.
So, the pit fiend Ghurrix is going to then, with its claws dug into the side of the roof,
Look out.
and dart upward, wings out, at an upward arc towards Scanlan and Vex.
Remember, I'm not directly next to
I get
him.
my
That's
move
why I
first.
said I
Actually,
wasn't.
I'm moving this way.
Scanlan and then Sunbeam.
I know. There we
Let
go.
the man fly.
Man,
So,
he's gonna fly right into
Technically,
spells to-
Scanlan is there,
Yep.
and you're back that way because you went straight up out of the entranceway, right?
Sure.
It's a magical duet.
Yeah.
Right there. Takes up.
Fantasia.
You go ahead and get to Sunbeam,
No, mine's first.
and you do yes. So what? Do you, no, mine's first.
No, mine's first.
Ladies first.
No.
So as soon as it
Gnomes
appears
first.
up on the side there.
Height first.
So you're doing
Height first.
Otuk's resilience sphere.
Hand cone up, yes.
Alrighty.
Like kindergarten in order.
Otuk's resilience sphere. That is a large creature. Dexterity saving throw.
Sphere, right?
No.
Can my sunbeam go
Nope.
through the sphere?
That is a no,
Gets in or
cannot.
out.
Can I please sunbeam first?
It's already
Please?
happened. Sorry.
God damn it, Scanlan!
It's okay. That is a 24.
What was the lower of those two rolls? Because I have advantage.
Lower that was 21.
That's my DC.
So he makes it. Although technically, because he has advantage on the saving throw, and you gave him disadvantage, it would have been just in the first roll.
Yeah.
So yeah, it would have been 24. Sorry.
Hey.
So as the
Alright.
sphere begins to condense around him, he shatters it. However, your sunbeam does still.
Yeah, he's probably gonna save from that too.
Just try it, man. Just try it.
It's
Take
a
a look.
So as you watch him appear through the air, you finish the spell and release the beam, kind of arcing past like a laser across the sky.
it's a Constitution saving throw.
Burn
A Constitution saving throw.
take a look.
That is 13. That is 19.
That's my DC.
So he saves, yeah.
God!
Wait.
No, it's a +2 to spell attack rolls.
Yeah.
I can't use my.
Okay, it still hits. It just takes.
That's true. It does still hit.
It takes half damage and isn't blinded.
And it's radiant damage.
Correct.
And he's not blinded, which would have been so cool.
And he's so prideful, so he's probably a little embarrassed.
So go ahead and roll your damage.
Does he take extra because it's radiant?
Nope.
Is he flying towards
Leaps
me?
over.
Oh dear.
And basically just like flies up right between the two of you, who are kind of hovering up like this bright beacon in the sky.
Except I'm falling because that was a concentration spell. Bigby's gone.
Oh, that's right.
That is actually gonna help you, dude.
Alrighty. So you go ahead and
3 or 4 d6
wow.
bludgeoning damage hitting the ground.
You're not over the lava.
did you make your concentration save against that?
You might just be outside.
My concentration save?
All Tukes was correct.
Yes.
So yeah.
I mean,
I'm falling.
So you're falling.
He takes 9 points of damage, by the way.
Take 9 points of damage.
9 points!
it?
Yeah,
9 points.
Keyleth!
Oh, Jesus, we're all gonna die.
All right.
You were doing
That-
so good.
40. So you take Scanlan.
Any kind of athletic move?
Now, 14 points of bludgeoning damage, and
Am I in the lava?
you are about to stumble into it.
Great.
The heat is so extreme at that point that you take 14 points of bludgeoning damage, plus an additional 10 points of just fire damage due to just proximity to heat, as the lava's right at the heel of your boots right now.
Okay.
All right. So as it lands next to you,
It'd be better for him though than getting these hits.
Yep.
it's going to go ahead and unleash a full series of attacks against you.
Instead of shared, great. Baby.
I'll take lava, bye!
That's a 28.
Of course, of course.
The claw attack. So you
You
suffer
better use cutting words on him for one of these things.
Oh, the lava, I can't concentrate.
10 plus 8, 18 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
on the first
Troll. Such a troll tonight.
The bite attack is 25.
Okay.
This here,
Nice.
you take 15 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
Do you not have?
Sorry, 15 plus 8. So 23 points of piercing damage total.
Okay.
And I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Tight. Cool. That is 4.
Okay. So you are now poisoned as the fangs poison your body. You feel it pulsing through yourself.
Okay. No.
And you suffer
I gotta get my calculator out to find out if I'm about to die.
25 points of poison damage.
Cool.
From
Tight.
failing to save.
Matthew,
Yeah.
would I have the wherewithal to see what's going on and try to...
You see white right now as you slam onto your back, and you're like, the ringing in your ears as this is happening.
Okay.
The tail attack is a 29 to hit.
Okay.
I think that misses.
Yeah, no, that one doesn't hit, but the rest of them.
All right. That is some bad rolls actually.
Oh.
8 plus 8. 16 points of bludgeoning damage.
That's enough.
And the mace. 25 to hit on the mace.
Amy.
Okay, yeah, cool, cool, tight.
So you suffer
I'm gonna unconscious.
18 points of bludgeoning damage.
Yeah, yeah.
So mark that.
Oh, I thought that's what I just did. That was...
Well, you took another 18 from the mace hitting you.
You got 4 attacks, right?
Yeah, this is his last attack.
Okay.
Yeah, so 18 plus.
Oh.
Right? That was already the 18, or was it?
Well, some of the attacks
No,
they
the one
add
was
more
16.
poison to it.
Added to an attack. So
Oh,
Yeah.
like 5
Jesus.
amounts.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry. So you took the 18 bludgeoning damage plus an additional 15 points of fire damage.
Cool.
Oh.
I'm unconscious.
And falling.
With that, all of a sudden you watch as the mace slams Vex in the side. Her form goes limp, arcing through the air, the broom kind of spinning off and scattering across the...
No, it's attached to me.
It's attached to you.
attached
It's
to
the
me.
tether.
It is attached.
Surfing
So
tether.
it's spinning and scattering behind you as you arc over.
Ragdolling.
At the impact that way.
Right by me.
I'm gonna go ahead and roll a scatter die on this.
Scatter die.
Oh,
If I fall in the lava,
What is that?
I could be dead.
No.
It's a 3. You arc this way. So you
Oh Jesus, come on.
fall
Come on.
and land onto the stonework there.
Right next to Pike.
You
Got
are?
your wish.
Yeah.
Okay.
Her body just landed at your feet.
Does that mean that's an automatic death
Where is
saving
everybody?
failure though? Because that was
From the
a.
falling
hey!
impact, yeah. So you've already automatically suffer 1 failed death saving throw from the impact.
Okay.
Pike, you watch as Vex just crack onto the stonework right there. Like one of her legs kind of hanging off the side.
Oh.
You are
Oh, like off of the stonework, not off of my body. I was like, just like that, huh?
No, you
Just like that.
You smack. There's no bounce to this. Might have been worse if it had.
It's like Left 4 Dead physics.
Yeah,
correct.
kind of.
Just-
Just crack.
Yeah.
All right, so that's going to end the Pit Fiend's turn. The Aaron, yes, who is
Horrible fucking bastard.
That was a Dickens novel.
is going to attempt to move away from you. Does not want to be close to you.
No. I am really a nice guy when you get the fuck over here.
Yeah. Go ahead and take your attack of opportunity.
Reckless, great. 17. I'm gonna get better at this. 29 minus 5 is 24.
24. That hits. Go roll damage. Nice.
We're having a fight. Oh, sorry.
Plus 5 is 5 points of necrotic. 28 plus 10 is 38.
However, is going to dart away from.
Oh! Enlarged.
Yep.
39.
Whoa.
Nice.
Embiggened.
Darts off this way, and taking the impact, you see she's starting to look a little rough. Kind of pulls in the side with her longbow. She's going to go ahead and take. She's going to take 3 shots at.
3 shots.
Let's see, 'cause you're on the ground. You just fell out of the sky
That's
and
3
impacted.
shots. Piece of shit.
She's going to take 3.
Pew, pew, pew. Sniper.
Yep. She's going to go ahead and take 3 shots at. Three shots at Scanlan.
Her own face.
Actually, no, you're part on the ground, so you're gonna be actually harder for his. 3 shots
No,
at
that's
Keyleth.
fine. Oh.
That is 28 to hit.
Yeah.
That is a 19 to hit,
Yep.
You have inspiration.
and 18 to hit.
Does inspiration help?
I don't think
No,
it does
not from
on
AC, no.
any of these things. No.
All 3 hit.
All 3 hit. Okay. So you suffer. I guess each one of these is poisoned.
Oh! Yay.
I need you to make a Constitution saving throw, by the way.
Just one?
BT dubs.
Oh,
3
that's
technically.
right.
3.
Don't forget, Scanlan, you've been getting 5 extra hit points at the start of your turn.
2.
No.
No, she gave
No.
me some.
Also, then
First
7.
one is
No, Scanlan does
21.
not.
Oh, it's just the hit point max. Okay.
Yeah, but
That's
Scanlan also
Yeah,
lost
he
that
lost
because he
mine,
cast it on the.
right.
So was
Oh,
your-
that's right.
I was talking
got
about 8.
that
Yeah, you
at
got
the
it.
top of my turn, so I'm actually.
Wait. But she did something.
But
that
you,
gave me
Yeah,
five.
Pike
actually,
cast
you
8.
would have lost it probably for the concentration stuff when you took all the damage on the
Did I
rooftop.
roll for that?
I forgot to do that because you're not used to you casting.
either.
Roll 4 Constitution saving throws.
I'm sure I lost it. I'm not
No,
gonna
you're
win
gonna
for-
smoke this. Here you go.
Sure, how do I do this?
Get a 20.
I've never
Yeah,
done it.
roll a
Got it.
20.
Add.
First one's a natural 20.
Okay. Roll 3 more.
Just 3 more natural 20.
And is there any
And
of
you add
my
your Constitution.
modifiers?
Your Constitution saving throw.
Oh, the 0? Yeah,
Yeah.
cool. 19.
Okay.
Oh wow! Yeah. Come on.
15.
Wow.
Okay.
16.
Wow.
Okay. 15. Yeah, you'll say you maintain it.
Oh!
Yeah.
Damage on each of those.
Who
yeah.
needs luck, bitch?
Okay.
Okay, the first one was 21. Second one's 15.
Okay.
Third one, it's a natural 1.
Okay. So you are poisoned.
Uh-huh.
All right. So you take on all 3 hits, or the first one is going to be. 17 points of damage.
Oh no.
That's crazy. I rolled 4 sevens. 28 for the second hit.
Ooh. 20.
28.
8.
Oh.
18 for the third hit.
19.
18.
Yeah.
18.
So there you go.
Okay.
Fine. She's
He wasn't looking for it.
She's not fine, but she's not
Not
down.
unconscious.
So there you go. And then
No,
the Ernius
don't.
ducks
Are you
behind the side there to try and gain some cover off the wall.
Sniper! Sniper!
That's going to bring us to Scanlan.
Me?
Yes.
What happened to Percy?
Pike's next.
Huh?
I mean, Pike is after you. Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, because I was holding my turn.
Correct.
So now we're up to me.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, okay. Oh, great. This is fun. Okay, sure. I'll stand up out of the lava. There's a guy above me, right? The pit fiend?
Yep.
Wow, that's fun. Yep, okay, sure. Wait, who's dead? Okay, I'll healing word the dead person, the Vex, the
Okay.
Vex of it all. I will sing to her. Don't you give up, no, no, no. I won't give up, no, no, no. Let me heal you. Let me heal you.
My harmony on that was.
That was amazing.
That was
What is that? That's just a 1d4 plus 6. Oh, that's so weak. Okay, you got 7 points.
Hey, thanks, man. Now
There
me
you
and Keyleth have the same amount of hit points.
Hey! Lucky number 7.
That's right.
Yeah.
I will move away from the sniper fire. So
this way?
like where Taliesin used to be, where Percy used to be.
Okay, so that's as far as you can get is
Yeah,
right
that's
there.
fine, just as long as the sniper can't get me.
Sniper technically can still get you. You can't with 25 movement. You can't get far enough away.
Okay.
Unless you want to use your action
No,
to dash.
thank you. And how high he would be?
Actually, technically, you used half your movement for prone, so you can only get that far.
Oh.
Sorry.
Is there anything I can hide behind?
Currently, no.
Your
Can I,
hands.
can I hide behind Pike?
You can't get that far.
Jump in the lava?
If you want,
Nope.
if you want to.
Okay. And let's just say that, shit. Yep, I don't know what to do. Let's do, well, if I can't move out of the way, then I'll just try to lightning bolt the pit fiend. I mean, we're trying to kill the pit fiend, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's not gonna do shit to a pit fiend.
Can you try the sphere again?
Pit fiend would be 45 feet up, right?
Correct.
So I cannot, because I can only get 30 feet. I could like hop and do it.
Is he looking rough?
Ridiculous.
No, not even close.
The other one is.
But
not
she
him.
is. She's looking a little toned up.
But she's further away.
Yeah.
I will hold my action until the pit fiend comes in range.
Okay, what are you gonna do?
Odaluke's resilient sphere.
Get
All
that.
right.
Get that bitch.
That's a great idea.
Odaluke!
If at first you don't succeed,
Try.
Give up and run away.
Alrighty.
Yeah. Oh my God, this is a serious thing, though.
Okay. So, Scanlan's holding the turn. Pike, what are you doing?
Okay, am I even near Keyleth at all or no?
No.
You're about roughly 60, or I'd say about 50 feet from her.
So if I kind of go in the middle, can I do a mass cure wounds?
You could, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna do that.
Yeah, you do that.
What's the range on Mass Cure Wounds?
And
Mass Cure Wounds is a range of 60 feet.
Oh, 60 feet.
Oh, she's in a 30-foot radius, so you have to move. You can get about there, move around Scanlan, and you can get both, get Scanlan, Vex, and Keyleth if you
Oh,
wanted
good.
Fantastic.
to. Alrighty.
Big money, big money.
No whammies.
Winner.
2. Okay, so I'm gonna do it at 6th level.
Alright, so that's 4d8 plus 5.
Nice.
Plus my spell cast.
Well, plus that's the plus 5.
That's the plus 5.
Yeah.
Okay, so 48.
4d8.
He's like 45 feet there.
Woohoo!
Watch your baits. D8. It's very exciting.
Apparently.
Am I affected by this?
Yes.
You are, yes.
I'm gonna get help.
get
Heal,
some
you're
love.
gonna get healed.
Have you been hit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I hit myself by falling out of
Right.
the sky.
Yes.
Same thing.
Okay, 31.
Yay!
Okay, so 31 hit points healed to Scanlan, Keyleth, and Vex.
Do I get the
Beautiful.
temporary hit points that Pike had granted me 2 turns ago?
The aid ones?
The aid one, yeah, you still have that. Technically.
So, okay, so that's
It's
she
5.
gave me 5. Okay, great. Okay,
Wait a
good,
minute.
good.
And then, as my bonus action, where's the? Can I move the spiritual weapon any closer to the pit fiend? Do I see him now?
You can. It won't get close enough to fight, but it does move a little closer. It'll be
Just
about.
to taunt him a little.
Sure, it'll be about there.
Just like-
technically, we'll say.
Wave it around like woo.
Yeah, we'll say it's a little ways back. It needs to move a little bit closer. All right, that ends your turn.
Yes.
Okay. At this point in time, as you're paying attention, Percy, as you're kind of around the corner, looking up and seeing the fiend right there, you glance over to the right at the top of the round as you watch one of the
Dang it.
illuminated begin making its way that way.
He's that close already?
It starts coasting up the side. Its bottom currently.
Make him help us.
Feet of. So yeah, it moves. It's like coasting through, kind of just seeing all these things going off, spells and shit, and you see it kind of cruising through the air a little bit high up, and is just arriving on the scene here,
5-0.
taking in the visual perspective here. And as soon as it kind of turns around the corner, it looks at you, looks at everything happening, and its hand kind of goes for its weapon, looking at all of you surrounding it. Currently, it appears to recognize the individual up above, and you all not being from here.
But I look really cool with like a fire beard and stuff, so
Yeah,
I look cool.
you do. It sees a bunch of Vexes and Vaxes, essentially.
Oh,
currently.
shit.
A bunch of slaves rising up against a pit fiend is what it's seeing. So, top of the round, Vex. You are prone, but conscious.
Okay. I get up.
All right, so it's half your movement there. You're still poisoned.
Oh, then I'm gonna cast protection from poison on myself. Wow, as my action. Well, what are you gonna do? And that cancels out the poison.
All right, yeah, so you are no longer poisoned. That is your action.
Okay. And then I wanna, as my bonus action.
Well, by the way, I've been going unconscious. You lost your hunter's mark.
Of course I did. As my bonus action, I'm gonna take.
Plus all the damage you took leading up to it, but yeah.
Can you take cover and heal yourself?
I'm gonna take. I don't know. I'm gonna take. I have a bag of gems of my own.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna pull out from my thing and toss it at the Ifrit
Nice.
Okay.
and say, "We're more than we look, and we need your help." And hope that it bribes him.
Okay, make a persuasion roll.
Mid-battle bribery.
Persuasion. 20.
Why haven't we ever bribed our enemies before?
20.
31.
What?
21.
21.
Okay. You toss the gems that kind of scatter across the ground in front of this, kind of flying through, Ifrit holding its weapon at the side. It just snarls. All right, that ends your turn. Unless you want to move from your current position. You have half your movement now, so you can move 15 feet.
I'm gonna move. Is it stupid to move into the mansion?
No.
I'm gonna move into the mansion.
Okay, you move into the mansion.
Yeah, you're
Thanks for
squishy-
abandoning
squishy right
us.
Yeah.
Alrighty, that ends Vex's turn. Keyleth, you're up.
now. That's what I would do.
Okay, I'm gonna sunbeam him again.
Okay. So, saving throw. That would be 24.
So we all saw Vex wake up, throw a bag of money, and walk into my house.
Very bad.
Very unusual. with a broom dragging
Oh, and
behind her.
Trinket. Trinket's gonna run and stand next to Pike to protect her.
Alrighty.
I'm going to
you
use
do?
my bonus action to turn into an air elemental.
How much damage does it deal? It still takes half damage.
I should
right.
have run in the mansion. I shouldn't have gone in the mansion.
Thanks, Matt.
Just game of attrition at this point. Where's my other? Oh god. Okay.
Oh boy, guys, this is a fight.
Yeah.
18. Hang on. Sorry. Trying to do math. 18 plus another 8 is 26. 27 plus another 6 is, oh god, I'm gonna 33 divided in half. So, shit, 11. No, 12.
It's 33, you
No,
said?
33.
16.
16.
16 points of radiant
I'm really
damage.
nervous.
You drop the poison. When you go into elemental form as your bonus action, the poison is cast out of your form, so you're no
Yes.
longer poisoned.
Nice.
Let's see.
I saw movement, right?
Yes. Real fast, just to make sure this. I keep forgetting. So the sunbeam you had, and you took a bunch of hits from the air, yes?
Huh?
The damage you took from the area, so you need to roll 3 Constitution saving throws. You need to remember to do this.
Right.
It's a lot to remember, guys. My apologies.
Plus.
Doing a
It's
great job,
result
Matt.
of the
Damage that you took from the arrows earlier.
poison tipped arrows.
That's 18 for the first
Okay.
one. Ooh, not good. Not good at all. 7.
All right, so in
have
theory, the
inspiration.
sunbeam are already gone away.
Can I
before you
use
got a
that
chance to
inspiration on that?
Yeah, if you want it.
12.
Plus 12. Another 7. So
14?
20. Wait, no, 7 plus 14. 14.
14, that's fine.
Okay, and then last one. God. 13.
13. What was the damage you took from the third arrow?
Nothing.
No.
I don't know.
Did you write down the damage you took?
I did. I took it as I went.
Oh, and you
and now
erased it,
I'm.
didn't you?
I know I erased it.
Okay, I'll say I don't think any attack did more than 26 to you.
They were smaller.
It's my own fault for forgetting. It's fine. So you maintain your sunbeam. We're good.
Yay!
Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god.
Alrighty. So
Groke.
you turn to air elemental. You want to move or stay where you are?
Yeah, I want to start heading up, kind of gliding. I have a fly speed of 90, right?
Yep,
Can I get up to her?
you can.
Yes.
All right. There you go.
Yep.
That ends your turn.
That's it.
Alrighty, Grog.
Why does no one want to stay and play with me? Can I
Yes.
step up on the ledge
Yes.
like an assassin from Assassin's Creed, attach the chain of returning to my axe, and throw it at the back of the pit fiend?
Totally.
Yeah.
Go for it.
All right. Yeah. Reckless, but not great weapon master.
Right.
No, that's not what you thought it was. 24.
Yes, that's true.
24.
Well, currently.
Alrighty. That hits.
Okay.
Go roll damage on that.
Right. 24. 4 points of necrotic. 28. Oh, plus I'm enlarged. 29.
29 points of damage. The axe and kind of jams and embeds itself into the back of the pit fiend. Is like the voice kind of once again remanates from its telepathic push into your respective brains in the vicinity.
Now check this stupid.
Angered the city guard. You have no victory now.
Well, I'm not gonna do any good up here. I still have my movement, right?
Yep.
Can I? I'm gonna try some stupid shit.
Yeah,
Since
dude.
the axe is at his back, can I Indiana Jones down to the ground? Just like, ah! Just trying to get down to the ground where you underneath them.
This is.
I may hit the ground, but maybe it'll be slowed by the.
I need you to roll an acrobatics check to land this.
I understand. I understand.
Either way, it's awesome.
Don't
You are
swing towards the
heavy,
lava.
and the string, the chain itself,
Yeah, yeah,
it's
yeah.
going to come loose as you come down. So roll an acrobatics check as you.
Come on, Greg.
Not great. Not great. 9.
You swing and you land. And you stumble. And
no.
you roll and land straight into the lava.
Come on!
Oh my gosh.
Holy shit!
Okay.
This is
Here's the
This
hit
is
points
bad.
button. She's
Dude,
hit points.
no,
It's
dude!
good.
Think of the burn scars. You
Oh
look
shit!
So
Is
Might
there
be
something
hot.
in the lava?
Oh no!
There's something
Why
in the
is
lava.
he
I'm
looking
gonna
at
check
something?
one thing in here real fast because
Fireproof
there
lava.
actually
Picking
is,
up
as I
book.
found out later on,
Lava rules?
there is a rule for lava damage,
Jeez.
Oh, Jeebus.
and I want to make sure
Oh
Oh,
man.
man. Oh, man.
Oh,
this is good.
guys,
Good times.
why did we come to the fireplace?
We need that dawn. We need the dawn
What I'm
of the
saying.
martyr.
I mean, it's not like an
Scale.
embankment down to the lava, right? It's just like a river of lava, right?
Maybe
It's the
the lava
it's
is
like,
like
a
a
pit.
secret
Yeah.
passage. Grog, you should swim down and find
just
out
keep
if there's
pushing through
anything.
Well,
Maybe
maybe
the
Yeah,
lava
it's like
was
a
inside
hidden
us all
Mario
along.
level.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm looking this up now because.
Oh, guys, should I read another limerick while
I
he's
mean,
doing this?
it was so lovely the last time.
All right.
Yeah, you're actually
yeah, that's
their
bad.
chapters by. Okay,
That's
there.
bad?
That's bad.
Oh, there you
no.
Oh,
go.
that's a good one.
Oh no, it's
I'm just
bad.
gonna do the
he said.
T2 as I sink
I'm gonna
into
go
the
ahead.
lava.
I'm gonna go ahead and
No.
He's using a
the
calculator.
dice roller on this one.
No.
Dice roller?
All right.
Because it's that many
Me
dice.
Oh, jeez.
Alright.
I mean, I stood in lava before with Gurn. It didn't
Wake
hurt
up,
that
Ashley.
much.
Pay attention to
Yeah, it
what's going
didn't,
on.
but
This
It's different
it's
lava.
different than like the lava we've been in before.
this
lava.
This is
this is in the
informed
plane
lava.
of fire, and this is the real rules for lava damage, as opposed to my made up earlier, not fully considering the contemplation of this. So you suffer 63 points of fire damage, Grog,
63. Thank you.
You were gonna look so cool though with the veins of
as
scarred.
you are currently kind of you're Terminatoring it into
Yeah.
the lava right now. So that ends your turn. Vax, you're up.
All right, I figure I can see Keyleth and the winged lady, so I'm just gonna beeline right to the other side of the enemy and flank her.
Over here.
Yeah, up to the
You dart
wall.
up.
Boosh. Dagger, dagger, dagger. So flanking advantage. First attack is a 26.
26 hits.
Second attack is a 19.
She's going to go ahead and pull her longsword out and parry to the side. The second attack does not hit.
How does that work? She just automatically
She adds a
gets it?
+4 to her AC.
+4. I'm gonna use nah. Okay. And then the third attack is 32.
Okay.
Okay. So first and third. The first one gets the sneak attack. So that is what the hell is that? A 2 plus 8 is 10 plus all my little cubes. Here come the cubes. 10, 13, 14, 15, 16. Jesus. 16, 21, 24, 29 plus the psychic damage gets 32. That's the one that sneak attacks. And then the other one, the regular. Oh, I don't need that. The regular one. Where'd my pyramid go?
Oh, yeah, I guess there's something.
Gets a full 10. So a total of 42 between the two attacks.
Nice. So as you dart up around and land to the side, as you jam the blade into her side, she gasps out, and you can feel the kind of strange burning warmth of her blood on your hand. She's not doing too well.
Not doing too
The
well.
lady?
That's good.
Yeah. Shunk shunk.
Shira?
That's okay. It's SummerSlam.
Evelyn.
They tagged in
Yeah.
fucking you're free.
Alrighty.
Done.
That ends your turn.
Done.
All right. Percy.
Percy.
Shoot to kill, baby.
Kill everything.
Do it, golden snitch.
Oh boy. Okay. Oh, this is so bad.
Mayhem.
All right.
In your visual range right now, you have the pit fiend up in the air. You have the Ifriti that just arrived, that's currently like assessing the situation and is not favorable in your path right now.
He passes. Again.
This is such a
Very
this is such a phenomenally interesting disaster.
Is that your final answer?
No, okay. I've got some plans. I'm going to.
I'm going to construct a small lever system.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to.
Take out my writing desk.
I'm going to work on. I'm going to try and get him to drop his. Fuck. Yeah. Fuck it. I'm going to get him to drop his mace.
Yeah, that's a good.
That's
move.
good. That's good. That's
fucking
really
great.
good.
Yes.
That mace sucks.
That mace sucks.
All
That
the
mace
balls.
killed me.
So I'm taking that shot.
Not literally, but.
No, the mace collects all
I'll take
balls.
that shot
Sucks them.
with sharpshooter because forget. Actually, no. You know what? No, just straight clean.
Okay.
Kill.
Ooh, yeah, that'll do. 24,
24 hits.
and that's badoom.
Strength
badoom.
save to try and.
And that's a strength save against, I believe, 18.
That is a 27.
Oh yeah, no, I don't even know why bother.
Damn it.
But at the very least, that is 10 regular points of damage, 2 psychic damage, and 6 necrotic damage.
Okay.
I'm going to. Yeah, I'm gonna hold off on that for a little bit.
Loot crate.
That's not going
Brought
to
to
loot
you
crate.
by Loot
I'm so
Crate.
horrified by this entire.
Mid-move
What are
ad.
you doing, Percy?
I'm gonna take another shot at him with just with sharpshooter.
Okay.
And nope, that goes really, really poorly.
Did it misfire?
Yeah, it misfires, and I take. Oh yeah, no. This may work. Okay.
What?
None of us know what's going on.
I take 6 points of psychic damage.
Okay.
You take?
Yep.
Oh, it's
From
his
your own weapon?
Fancy weapon.
Because.
Ripley.
So
Ripley, yeah.
I take 6 points of psychic damage. And I scream. They're mad. I'm mad. We're all mad. It's driving us mad. Help us! Help us all! And scream, holding my head, running into the door.
All mad?
Seeing if I can fake out the Dijin to thinking that maybe things are a little complicated.
Okay. All right.
Crazy motherfucker.
Make a deception check.
Okay.
I'm trying to think that.
Do I get an advantage on that?
No.
Are you
God
trying
damn
to
it.
fake out the guard?
Yes.
Okay.
Come on.
Just fall into a river.
That'll do. 19.
Okay.
Oh.
All right.
Don't hit you with the guard. I mean,
As
It is
you
entertaining.
come charging through the doorway, you guys watch as Percy's form disappears into the space, which is immediately followed by a heavy slamming sound as the pit fiend, like a Keteor,
what?
A key
Drops.
No.
right there on the ground, right next to Pike and Scanlan.
Jesus Christ.
It shouts out over its shoulder.
Oh god.
Call your men.
As it like kind of emanates from its psychic wave of telekinetic speech, you hear,
Call your men. I need aid.
and is going to go ahead and unload on the beacon of divinity that stands before it that has healed.
Unless
The allies.
it is trapped in my sphere.
Right.
So as it moves into the space.
Come on, Scanlan.
Come on, Scanlan.
Scanlan.
Come on.
What's the save on that again?
21 if I'm using my cone, which
Right.
was up for the last
Can you
one.
use your inspiration, make him roll less?
Here.
I did not cutting words him on this one, so he's got
Nope.
advantage.
That is a 22.
Oh,
No.
Sorry. Plus 8 to his dex saving throw there, and he
an attack of opportunity.
has resistance.
I don't like this guy.
Nope.
He's not
As he
a
slams onto the ground, he's going to go ahead and let's see here. All right, so
I'm gonna wave at him.
all right, as you wave at him, Pike,
Oh,
he makes
Pike.
his claw attack against you. That is a 19 plus. That's a 34 to hit.
Does that hit, Ashley?
No, it doesn't hit.
So that is 20 points of slashing damage, Ashley.
Okay.
It's going to attempt to bite you. It's a natural 20 on the bite. That's not good at all.
And he's
So that is
I know. This is not good.
16, 32, plus 8, That's 40 points of piercing damage, Ashley. And I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Matthew Mercer, keeping us humble since 2013.
He's really enjoying himself. TPK tonight, guys.
Typic.
Ooh.
Only if
boy,
heal
that's
it, though.
bad. I got an 8.
All right, so you also suffer as the poison courses through your body.
Sarah and Ray loves her, though.
We're in the fireplace.
That is 25 points of piercing damage.
Ball's dead.
I'm not gonna double that because technically it's not the attack, it's the poison that hurt you. The poison isn't critical, so that's a gift.
Alright, alright.
It's pronounced gift.
Now it's going to swing with its tail at you.
Antagonize him.
That is a 20 to hit.
I'm gonna cutting words that with my
Okay.
reaction.
Yeah, my armor class is 20.
All right.
Unless
so-
there were no aids at all, right?
Well, hold on.
Matt?
You're gonna cutting words.
Did he? Is that a hit or?
It's a hit, yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna cutting words that.
All right. What are you doing?
I'm gonna sing. Your evilness is killing me, and I must confess, I want to flee, But when you see me, you lose your mind, baby, it's a sign. Pit Fiend, baby, now you're mine.
That D12, man. You heard that shit.
God, it's critical roll. Ringtones.
3.
That's enough. So the tail sweeps over to try and smash Pike. As you start singing, the tail kind of halfway through stops and it looks at you.
Oh no.
Then continues the swing, but that's just enough for Pike to dodge out of the way as it cracks into the stonework. However, it then back swings with its mace towards you with its final attack.
Oh shit!
Pike, that is a 22 to hit.
Ah!
So you suffer 15 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh, this is the one that's gonna kill.
Plus,
I'm unconscious.
you're unconscious? Okay, well that would have been an additional 24 points of fire damage.
Yes. Okay.
So
Is she alive? Are you alive?
She's unconscious.
Pike is poisoned and unconscious.
Poisoned and
Oh God!
Just get in the door. Just get in the door.
Scanlan, you feel the blade at your side begin to vibrate at the end of your song. The myth carver that's been sitting in a thing, it begins to just shake and quiver at your side.
Whoa!
Scanlan, do something amazing!
The Aaron,
right
yes.
now.
The Aaron, yes, is against you now because it's its turn.
Yeah.
Throws the bow to the side of the ground,
Yeah.
pulls its longsword out, and is going to go 3 attacks on you, having
Okay.
just jammed your blade in its side.
Yes, uncanny dodge.
The first one is going to be a 19.
It does not hit.
That is a 13.
Does not hit.
Last hit is a 24.
I will use a second luck to make a roll again.
Okay. That's even better. That is a 25.
All right, uncanny dodge.
All right, so you take the hit for the longsword. That is 5 plus 4. It's 9 points of slashing damage. Actually, sorry, that would be plus more because it's with your hands. No, there's 9 points of slashing damage. Plus you take 20 points of poison damage.
So the poison's full, but the swipe is halved?
Technically, it's all in one strike, so the whole attack would be half.
The whole attack. So it was 9 plus what? 20?
9 plus 20.
29, so 14, 15?
Take 14 points of damage from that strike.
Okay. All right.
There you go.
Okay.
All right, Scanlan, it's your turn.
I'm going to draw a myth carver. Look at it. Admire it for a moment. And then turn to Pike, who's right next to me, and just healing words her with just a simple touch. Can I demonstrate on you, Talis?
Okay, fine.
Just
Hold
gonna
on.
do
All right. Hold on.
Just that.
It was actually rather pleasant. I gotta admit. Two very soft hands.
Oh, they've never worked a day in their life.
So true.
10 points of healing to Pike.
Okay, as you sing, Pike, you do not heal anything. Pike remains unconscious, bleeding.
What?
The healing does not make
She's
its way
poisoned.
Poisoned.
Oh, that
Oh
changes
God,
everything.
sorry,
You
that
gotta,
was so
you gotta
wasteful.
restore, I think.
You can't.
But
heal
anyway,
people up.
What else are you doing?
Poison?
You don't
Yeah,
notice this. You
restore.
sing to her.
I don't know.
Finish your verse. What are you doing?
But that changes things. Fuck, I stick to the plan. Hand cone up. I'm going to try and dominate. What's his butt? The pit fiend.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shit.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
Dominate monster.
Yes. It's a disadvantage or whatever, so it's a straight roll, but I know it's gonna be pretty tough. It's a wisdom save.
Wisdom saving throw. So that was 13 plus 23.
God damn this guy.
13 plus 10, he would have had disadvantage, but he has advantage against spell saves, so it just counts to a single roll.
Nothing's
so
working.
He has advantage against spells.
Sorry.
We need to attack him with
Magic
magical
casters have
weapons.
been useless.
That's what you have.
Pike is dead.
Unconscious.
Yeah, but I can't leave her.
Shove her through the mansion.
Don't become another
But
liability.
if you move her, he'll get an attack of opportunity on her. It's what we ran into with.
The thing is,
do?
I've
On
made
her
a
too?
I've made a
Yeah.
promise to stay alive, so I'm going to run away.
Okay.
Oh shit.
Oh shit. You can.
Which way are you going?
Towards
It's
the
fine.
mansion.
Okay, so as you move towards the mansion and go through on the other way to the doorway, it gets an attack opportunity
Sure,
on you,
yeah.
Scanlan. It's going to make its bite attack. That is a 21 to hit.
Oh sure.
All right. You suffer 20 points of piercing damage.
Mm-hmm.
I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
That's not good.
God, that hero's feast, man, that would have been clutch.
Would have been so great.
21.
21. You just succeed in chugging the poison off as it bites out at you and the teeth claw against your shoulder as you run past, kind of scooting around the way to where the entrance to the mansion is. You're still feeling the blade kind of vibrating at your side. It's almost like a pulse, like it's trying to fight to be free.
Okay.
So you rush around. You get to this side.
I don't want to go in the mansion. I want to stay outside. I'm going to go back to my barrel around where Taliesin was before.
Okay,
Just kinda
so
hide
going
back
over
there.
here?
Yeah.
Okay. There you go. That ends your turn, Scanlan. Pike, I need you to make a death saving throw.
Okay. Well, let's see. Do I? Oh, 1d8 plus 1?
No, just roll a
D20.
d20.
I don't know how to
straight
do it. I
roll.
don't think I've done this before.
10 or
Oh
higher.
man.
10 or higher.
That was a 5.
Fail.
Okay, so that's a failure. You also take a pulse of the poison damage in your body, so you fail another death saving throw.
Fix right now.
God.
Gotta fix it right
We
now.
got a healer, we got a healer, we got a
Feel
healer.
it right now.
Who's
All right.
close to her?
Okay,
I
okay.
think I am.
Grog is, but
Do you still have any spells left?
me?
Or, yeah.
I
your
do.
Poison spell?
Yeah, I have the poison spell. I have
You're in
to.
a
Okay, I'm
mansion.
first out. So yeah, but I can run out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're
Can you
literally
drag
up.
her in?
No, he can't move her. He'll get an attack of opportunity.
No,
on
he's already
Pike.
burned his attack of opportunity for the.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, trying to get Scanlan. That's true.
The Afridi,
No.
Oh,
shit.
come on.
now,
Punk.
watching you now attack and go after this fiend,
Get that paper.
pulls
Freddie.
its blade out and rushes towards you, Scanlan.
Guess those
Guess
jewels
not.
didn't do shit.
You can keep the jewels though.
Maybe.
Stinky jewels.
Stanky jewels.
It's saying, towards you,
The stanky jewels.
Halt! In the name of the Sultan!
and takes its blade out, and it's going to make 2 scimitar attacks against you, Scanlan.
I do this and say, you wouldn't hit a guy with glasses, would you?
Oh, yes, I would.
Actually, it's not going to move towards you. It's going to stay back there on top of the bridge, and it's going to hurl 2 balls of flame at you.
Nah. Why? Why?
That is going to be a 21 to hit
I mean, yeah.
and a 10 to hit.
No!
So the second one just misses you and blasts in the ground next to you, but the first one does.
Something missed.
I know.
So
right?
kind that something finally missed.
on
That
their
is
side, not
13
ours.
points of fire damage to you, Scanlan,
Okay,
as the fireball
thanks.
blasts against your chest and
You know,
kind of flame comes shooting off of it.
Matches my beard now.
yeah. It just made you look real cool.
Sure.
Yeah.
Alrighty, that brings us to the top. Vex.
All right, Vex.
Oh, you're up.
I mean, the thing is, I'll come out, obviously. I'm going to come out of the mansion.
Okay.
And I'll immediately see Pike.
You see Pike unconscious in the ground.
I can't see her. She's
Oh,
south
be careful.
of the demon?
She's right in front of the
She's
demon.
right under the demon.
Don't, it's dangerous.
You will die.
You were literally
You're
going to
gonna die,
Pike.
Pike.
Die.
I can try.
Okay. I'm gonna...
As far as I know, it's a reaction, single reaction.
I'm gonna...
But if it restarted at the top of this round.
It's not gonna work.
Not until
But I'm gonna try to distract him with Trinket. So I'm gonna have Trinket attack him as I run in and cast protection from poison on Pike.
Nice.
Okay. As you rush forward to cast your spell, I will say make an intelligence check.
Oh, 'cause yeah. Fuck, I was in the mansion. What's going on? Can I say that?
We've probably, I imagine, been narrating an awful lot of what's going on through the headpiece. No, maybe not.
Maybe not.
They don't reach.
I can just see that Pike's unconscious,
You see that
right?
Pike's unconscious.
Right
What'd you
about
roll?
now.
I rolled just
Ukraine
intelligence.
wished it didn't go to the
Yeah.
fire plane.
5.
So yeah, you have no idea that she's poisoned.
No, I
You see her
see she's
unconscious in the
poisoned.
ground.
Oh.
Do I? Does? So I can't even cast that on her.
I mean, you wouldn't know to.
She's poisoned.
She was. I was going to say she was yelling. Oh fuck.
There's nothing.
She's in the mansion.
She wouldn't have heard you. She was in the mansion.
God fucking damn it, mansion.
The downside of using it as a defense mechanism.
Right.
You're up next, Keyleth. What are you doing?
Does lesser restoration heal at all?
No.
Okay. Well, then. I
doesn't
mean,
heal, but it should fix poison.
Should fix the poison.
If she knew there was poison,
I
as
don't
far
know
as you
that
know,
she's
she's
poisoned.
unconscious.
So, all right, then I'm gonna waste my turn completely and try to cast Cure Wounds on her. Because
Okay.
that's all I fucking.
As you rush forward, Trinket distracting. Are you using your bonus action to have Trinket attack?
Yeah.
All right, so go ahead and roll the attack with Trinket. You rush forward and put your hands onto Pike, desperately trying to heal her, and as the energy pulses through her body, no effect. All you see is like the wound from the bite of the fiend in her neck, and you see the kind of the dark veins kind of curling.
Now
up
I
into
know
a
it's
pulse.
poison.
Now you know at that proximity that it's poison.
I couldn't have run up and looked at her to know it was poison to see the black around her fucking.
Yeah.
Cool. 27 for
playing this out
attack
without
on
metagaming.
Trinket.
That's true.
27 for the
27
attack
hit.
on Trinket. And then that is 14. No, that's a lie. 11.
All right.
There was a lie.
Good to know.
And if I move, I'll get attacked.
Yes, you will.
So I'm gonna die.
Keyleth, your turn.
All right, I'm gonna sunbeam Shira right in the face.
I love that that's her
Either.
unofficial name. Because she has some shit. Announce yourself, woman. Thing. Whatever.
All right.
It's more of an evil live.
Sunbeam.
I just say, I'm sorry. What's your name? Pew.
Okay.
I'm
From this
here.
perspective, you will hit him with your sunbeam.
Well, I can fly, so can I scooch around and just
You can just
shift?
move around this direction
Yeah.
and try and do it there. Okay.
Yeah, I don't
So
hate
burst
it.
outward. Just want to make sure you're aware of.
Yeah.
All right. Rolled 2 3s in a row. Does not save.
That's
we
right.
go, there we
for
go.
once. All right. So she's blind. That's the cool part. Oh, that's a good roll. Okay. That's 14 plus 7, which is 21. 22, 27, 29. No. 27 plus 4 is 21.
Okay. So as you dart around the side of the area, yes, you see her bloodied. She pulled the blade
31,
out.
31.
Begins hacking at Vax right next to you. You rush around, your hands glow, and this beam of sun energy bursts out. You hear the screaming echo as her body is turned to ash within her armor, causing the armor to clank to the ground, the rope at her side scattering to the ground as well. She has
Something.
been destroyed.
Something.
Something happened.
All right, all right.
Hollow victory.
Good job.
All right.
Do I still have any more movement?
You do. You have, you moved 5 feet. So you still have the
It's
rest
up
of
85
85 flying speed still, yeah.
I got Pike.
You've got Pike.
I got Pike.
I wanna. Can I make it to, Big Pharma? I don't remember any of their names, so I'm just using the nicknames we've come up with.
Ghurrix.
Ghurrix.
You can
Ghurrix.
get Borax.
Gerblax.
Ghurrix.
Yeah, you can get like up
For your
next to him
acid
if you want to. Do
reflux.
you want to get up next to him? Like there?
Yeah, can I kind of like flank him a bit?
You could fly over and flank a bit this way if you wanted.
Yeah, I want to flank. So
Gotta
that-
flank.
Gotta.
You gotta flank.
It's kind of hard to flank without stepping into the mansion, unfortunately, because the door's right there on the
I
flank.
can fly though. I can hover. Can I hover and flank?
Not really. You have to be on the entire opposite side from somebody else.
Okay.
So there's no real place you can flank here, unfortunately.
It's all good.
It's
You're not gonna. You're gonna die anyway. It doesn't matter, right? We're all gonna die.
I'll just hover there and look imposing.
Ooh.
Okay.
I will puff up. I will puff up real big.
Good to know. So you are puffing up real big. We'll say just kind of above, but the idea.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Grog.
Right. Not that I don't love being in this river of liquid magma. Could I get out, please?
Well, first you take 74 points of fire damage from being in lava at the start of your turn.
Can I use Stone's Endurance
You can.
against that damage?
Oh,
Wow.
shit.
What does Stone's endurance do?
It means that all the lava
26.
26 is
Turns
reduced.
to-
Okay.
bullets.
So what's...
Be
was gonna say
48.
glitter.
Take 48 points of
Lava
fire.
bullets?
Thank you for doing the math for me.
Percy?
Okay.
Lava bullet?
The pain
It's
is
gonna be okay,
unbearable, but you use that to just fuel your
Okay,
anger as you
okay.
kind of climb
I
out,
got
feeling
you.
the molten rock kind of spilling off of your body. I imagine you're going to want to move out of it.
Yeah. Towards actually everybody else, where all the danger is, the fun zone. Now,
Okay.
I have a question.
You want to flank around this way or this way?
Around this way.
Okay, so you
Yeah.
pull around to that.
What
side.
I would like to try and do is, as I get out of the magma, seeing Pike unconscious is the worst. If I try and grab her and head for the door, I have to go past the pit fiend.
Yes.
He'll get an attack of opportunity on me. If I'm cradling her, does he get one on her as well?
Generally, attack opportunity is against the creature that's running.
So it'd just be against me.
So it'd probably be against you.
All right. I would like to pick up my buddy Pike and make like hell for the door.
Okay, so you reach down, you grab her using your full action, pick her currently unconscious limp form in your arm, cradling her. You see kind of the wound, the blood across her, and you pick her up and you go running around into the door. As you do, the pit fiend.
Hasn't he already burned?
He already
his
took his
reaction?
action opportunity earlier, so yeah, he does not get one.
Okay, good.
So you grab Pike and move and disappear into the doorway with her.
All right.
Goosh.
Oh, Pike!
Alrighty, that ends your turn, Grog. Vax, you're up.
Okay, I am going to rocket towards the. Just give me 10 seconds to think.
Yep. Take your time.
Loot crate.
You ready, Percy?
Loot crate.
No.
Kind of.
Just give up damage.
crate,
Okay.
loot
I'm going to rocket into the door. So I've got hasted, I've got 120 feet.
Okay.
So I'm going to just arc into the door, and if I pass the pit demon, I'm going to use disengage as a bonus action, so he does not, and I'm swivel underneath.
He's already used his attack
Oh,
of
he
opportunity.
has?
Yeah.
Oh. And Vex is right next to him?
Correct.
Yeah.
5 feet. I'm going to stab him in the fucking face as I fly in the door.
Okay, so you fly in
Yeah.
and go for the strike. Go for it.
Okay. 24 hits.
24 hits, yep.
Okay, so that is 3 plus this is 11 plus this. 11, 15, 18, 20, 23, 28, 33, 39 plus, where's my 8, 39, 41 as I fly past into the door. Use lay on hands twice. There's nothing in the book that says I can only use it once a turn. So I'm going to use the first time I use it to cast neutralize poison on her. And the second time I'm going to use it to give her 1 hit point. It doesn't say anything in the book about amount per turn.
As an action, you touch a creature.
As an action?
As an
But I have
action.
2 more actions.
You used one to attack.
Can I use the bonus action to attack?
Spells count as like 2.
You use your haste attack.
Okay.
to hit him on the way through, and that can only be used as an attack anyway. That's the nature of the haste bonus. And you use your action to neutralize the poison.
All right, question for Matt. I'm Liam right now.
Yes.
If I bring her up 10 hit points, right? Poison doesn't bring her down anymore in 5e. It just puts her at a disadvantage, correct?
She can't
No,
be
she can't
healed
be
because
healed.
she's
This
poisoned,
poison,
just not
you're
hit
not
points.
quite sure because you
Not
don't
sure.
know the circumstance.
I'm gonna use 5 points of lay on hands to cure the poison.
Okay, so the poison is removed from her. That is as much as you can do. This turn.
Well, if I can only use lay on hands once, I'm gonna throw another dagger out the door into the pit.
You
fiend.
cannot see him from that side of the door.
I can't
You
see
can-
him?
It's facing
The
the
doorway is
other way.
facing outward. He's
Then
on
I'm
the
gonna
other
sit
side
down.
of the doorway. That is the end of your turn.
You're good.
When Pike is no longer
Use it good,
poisoned,
yeah.
the vein, the bulging black veins retract from her throat.
Yeah.
The shallow breath is still there, though fading. Percy.
I've lost my list of healing potions, but I think I had a minor potion left.
Are you inside?
I am inside.
I got lots of potions.
I'm gonna grab a
yeah.
potion
You have a
from.
potion.
I was about to say I know I have one, but like everything got.
We restocked.
restocked before we went.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna feed her a potion for my move. So.
Well, for your bonus. I know, it'd be your action to feed her
Yeah.
a potion.
Yeah. That's
Okay.
my whole.
All right, so feeding her just a basic.
Feeding her a basic.
Alrighty, that is a 2d4 plus 2.
Alright. Do I still have movement?
You do.
Okay.
Holy shit.
That's 5. That's 5.
Oh,
Alrighty.
take it.
Spike is now 5 hit points and
Holy
conscious.
Good teamwork. Good teamwork.
Oh, God, guys.
Don't do that to us, Pike.
I have.
Percy, then your turn.
No. Weird question. How far away is Vex from the door?
Vex is roughly 15 feet.
Okay. I'm going to use half my movement to get to Vex. If
Okay.
this can be done, I'm going to burn my action surge
Yeah.
and grab her, and the rest of my movement to drag her into the hole.
Nice.
To grab her.
3 more feet. 15 more feet. 15.
15 feet will get you inside and get her just outside the door.
Pike?
Okay.
That'll do.
Wait, Pike is.
I thought she was already inside.
Pike's inside.
No, that was
Vex.
me that he was doing that.
So
you're
Percy,
Are you
you get
unconscious
inside.
too?
No, she's in striking distance of the asshole. I'm getting her
Yeah.
out of striking
Correct.
distance of the asshole.
And he's a power hitter.
Okay.
Alrighty,
That's my move.
that's your move.
Jesus.
Alrighty.
Oh.
Now it is Ghurrix's turn. Ghurrix, who watched his summoned ally get thrown back to the hells through the sunbeam that blasted over the side, looks over to the Ifrit that appears to be now on his side, takes a leap up in between Scanlan and Vex.
Oh, jeez.
Let's see.
Look at his eyes.
I know.
He's real angry at both of you.
I haven't done anything to him, by the way. Not a thing.
You've tried twice to put him in a
3
magic
times.
in a magic sphere,
But I've done nothing.
Think of all the times.
as
you
an
made
intelligent
a
creature that is very, very familiar with high-level mind controlling or
All I've done
controlling
is
magic.
perform for him, really.
This is true. This is true. Regardless,
sees you as a
he's
threat.
going to go ahead and take a claw and a bite attack at you, Vex, and then make a mace and tail against you, Scanlan.
Fuck yourself.
I'm going to cutting words the mace attack, right?
Okay, well wait till we get to it.
Okay.
So the claw against you is 34. The 19 on that.
19. Jesus.
You take 18 points of slashing damage from the claw. The bite attack,
I'm conscious already.
No, I'm not.
You're about to be.
that is 25 to hit.
Okay.
All right. You suffer. That is 21 points of piercing damage.
Oh, motherfucker. I'm unconscious again.
All right, I need
By
you to make,
1
I need
point.
you to make a Constitution
Come
saving throw.
on.
For the poison?
Yes.
Come on. Big
I've got
money.
resistance to poison now, because I cast protection from poison on myself.
Well, you're unconscious. The spell goes away.
Oh, that's bullshit.
Sorry.
God damn it.
Even though she was conscious when she got bitten?
Yeah.
The poison damage is what knocked her unconscious. The bite hits, she falls unconscious, and the poison through her body.
Yeah,
Straight up 6.
It's no, it's 8 because it's a saving throw.
Okay. So you fail a death saving throw as the poison courses through your body, and you are now poisoned.
All right, we gotta pull you in.
And unconscious right outside the mansion door.
Great.
Do the same thing again.
Tight.
Now for you, Scanlan.
Yeah, what?
That's going to be the tail attack is a 20 to hit you.
At least we can all
Yeah,
see
of course.
Oh yeah, you just watched that happen.
We
to me,
just
like,
watched
right
that
in front of the door,
happen, so
like, ugh!
we now know what to do.
That is
I'm holding my dying friend, and I see my dying sister.
33 points of bludgeoning damage.
Yep.
As the tail spins and slams you into the side, you get pushed against the wall in the corner where you've been kind of hiding. The mace is going to swing towards you. That is going to be a 25 to hit.
Jesus. Well, I'm cutting wordsing it, but it's not going to do much unless I roll well.
All right.
Come on, Sammy.
I'm gonna cutting words in with a lovely limerick.
Oh, fuck. All right.
There was a young fellow named Brewster who said to his wife as he goosed her, "It used to be grand, but just look at my hand. You ain't wiping as clean as you used to."
Oh,
What
did you give him, Tom?
Even the pin fiend is like,
think of.
What horror have you brought upon us?
even an ambassador to the 9 hells is taken aback by the sheer filthiness of this limerick.
Give him
Go
a
ahead-
D20.
Go ahead and roll your D12.
Man.
Yeah, it's bad. It's 2.
Whack! The mace hits you from the side.
Oh no!
Oh, God damn it.
Just for the sheer limerick.
That is 12.
So it's only me and
11 points of bludgeoning
Scanlan and
damage.
Keyleth outside the mansion right now.
Yeah, we're starting to.
Not like this.
Not like this.
Plus
Guys.
Starting to drop like flies. Here.
16 points of fire damage. Still standing, Scanlan?
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
That's going to
Feeling
end
good.
the Pit Fiend's turn. Scanlan, you're up.
Nothing has worked on this motherfucker. Nothing.
What's your sword?
Do the sword! Yes, attack him as you run by him.
I still draw myth carver and then I put it away.
No, come on,
I don't hit
attack
things
him!
with swords.
Yeah, but it's
But he's
vibrating.
wanting to hit.
So magical.
If I did something with everything that vibrated on my body, I would be doing stuff all day long, right?
Do you pull the blade from the scabbard?
I did in the last turn. It's still out.
Right.
Yeah.
The second time, as you pull the blade out, you can see it's glowing and it's kind of almost like a tuning fork. It's vibrating at the tip, and
Sam.
you feel like the sword is wanting to guide you.
Do it.
It's your call.
I feel like this is a very strong hint from the dungeon master.
To fucking attack him.
I'm not picking up any signs from him.
I think you should just put it away.
My spike.
Maybe offer him the myth carver to leave us alone.
What do you want to do, Scanlan? Your choice entirely.
I am going to bonus action heal myself. Healing words level 2.
Okay.
Okay. It's 2 of these. Yeah, that's
Husband.
Come on, it's on
plus, so
vibration
I get
mode.
9 points.
Husband.
You get 9 points. All right. You've healed 9 points.
Great. And then I'm going to let the sword guide me. I'm going to sort of position it around my belt
Like a nigga
and thrust forward at the beast. I don't know what to do now.
Roll a
Matt.
d20.
Okay. So you used your cutting words feature, so you have all your attack as an advantage, right?
Yes.
So, as you kind of let the sword guide you, you feel this energy, this warmth kind of come from the blade, fill your arms, and for a second,
Oh, come on.
you watch and feel the spirit of 100 bards that have wielded this blade course through you. You see many, many foes that have fallen to its blade and those that have fallen clutching it in their side. And utilizing that, you unleash a flurry. You actually get to attack 4 times.
What?
All with advantage.
Oh, God!
You get the advantage?
Whoa.
You've had this by your side the whole time!
Okay.
Whatever it is, Matt's
Come
been
on,
sitting
Chicken
on it
Little.
for months.
First one is 24, I think.
That
Now, where's
hits.
Smith Carver?
24 hits.
That's real good!
The second one's more than that.
It's
I'm
a
not even going to do the
blade.
math. Third one's even more than that.
Oh
not
my
going to do the math.
god!
The fourth one is, well, this is cocked, so I'm going to redo that one. It was a 10 plus 9, 19.
The last one misses, but the first 3 hit. Go ahead and roll damage on those.
Myth covers
It's like those electric
1d8
turkey
and a
covers,
1d6.
you know?
Plus 3. So,
Okay. 5.
Rift's vibroblade.
Rips, yeah.
So we're up to 16.
Okay.
Not very much. Oh, that's good. 20. So 29 total.
29 total. Okay, so as you, as the energy courses through your body, the blade in your hand, you whoosh, whoosh. How do you want to do this?
On the pit fiend? What?
Are you fucking kidding me?
I get to kill the
And the only person that saw it was fucking Keelan.
Yeah.
does this seem? Yeah, this doesn't feel
Are you
fair.
serious? This is very fair.
You only had 22 hit points left at
I'm fucking away from him.
As I slice, I want to slice one wing off, then the other wing off, and then as I stab him straight through the heart, I will say, "No one messes up a deal with Francois Australia."
Oh,
I cannot believe it. I cannot believe
and
it.
all of us have just been fucking running.
22 hit points.
Okay.
Yeah, but the
So-
vestige got used.
As
It woke up.
one wing is cloven off on one side, a clean cut. It kind of turns into ash and fire on one side. The other wing darts off, hits the lava, and turns to ash across the top of that. This time, as it's snarling towards you, the voice in your head saying, "I will find you." The blade right through its chest. Its jaw kind of hangs open as you say that. Its eyes go dark, and the body burns into ash and dissipates in the vicinity.
I drop to my knees,
Holy shit.
start crying, and say, "I'm so amazing."
I never knew.
I have the power.
Oh,
Power of Grayskull. All right, so I'll shit. That's it. Shit. So, fuck. There's a guy. There's a guard, right?
Yeah.
Oh shit. I can't do anything to him. So, I'll just yell at him. He was an assassin sent to kill the Sultan.
Make a deception check.
Please make a deception check.
97.
Come on. Come on,
Scanlan.
Bard.
This is Burt Reynolds.
34.
Yes!
That's 18 plus 16, whatever that is.
34.
The Afridi stops his assault on you, like it was ready for another fireball, and as you shout this, it kind of halts. It's taken pause. You're not sure it believes you. Everything that it's seen here, probably familiar very well with the Pit Fiend and the power that it holds versus just one of the Illuminated. And you see it looking over past your shoulder, and you glance over and you see 5 more Afridi kind of walking in the direction that it may have called. It's taken pause though. Meanwhile, I need you to make a death saving throw.
Can I run out to her?
You're unconscious.
No, she's not.
Oh, no.
Oh, Percy helped her. Right, thanks.
Yeah. 12.
Good.
Okay. So you're okay for now.
I'm gonna finish dragging her into the.
However, you still take poison damage from the pulsing
So
poison.
that's
in
an
your veins.
automatic
you-
fail.
That's an automatic fail.
So thank God I passed because I would have just died.
You would have just died, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I'm gonna finish dragging her in so that we can fix this.
Okay.
Are we out of combat?
Not yet.
Okay, so
Okay, so no.
So no. I'm so sorry. I'm going out of turn then. I'll
I mean,
wait.
there is the Afridi that's standing there and is currently halted his assault and is kind of
if we're out of-
assessing the situation.
If we're out of combat, I'll do lay on hands.
We're not out of
Get in the
combat.
mansion. Get in the mansion. Someone get in the
So
mansion.
so that's the end of Vex's turn. Keyleth, what are you doing? You are currently up where it was in your elemental form, with multiple Afridi making their way
What do you
down the
have?
road
I
this
got
way.
something. But I gotta wait
Do
my
we just
turn.
try and get in the mansion, or what do we do?
Yeah, mansion.
Mansion.
Safe bet.
Okay, can I, as all part of my speed and everything, because I wasn't that high up. I was just
No,
kind
you
of
were
hovering above.
like right above that way.
can I kind of go down, scoop up Scanlan, and both of us bolt into the mansion?
Why Scanlan? Why not me?
Every time
No,
you
it's
try
cool.
to pick me up,
Oh.
I say no.
I'm dead.
Right.
though.
Well,
That-
she's right on the
we've been playing this game for
Vex
2
is right on
years.
the outside
She's
of the door.
unconscious and poisoned and bleeding out.
Right on the outside the door, right?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna swoop down and drag her in.
Okay.
Vex will remember this.
All right.
Do I still have an action?
You would have an action. Yes, you do.
I drop my elemental form
Okay, so you're now back to Keyleth.
and I cast protection from poison on her.
Okay. The poison is no longer pulsing in your veins, Vex.
Thank you.
Still needs a.
Thank you.
I got it.
Thank
Alright.
God I took that.
Grog's nice.
All right. So, that in the case, Grog, you're up.
Can I poke my head out the mansion and see who's still outside?
Yeah, as you poke your head out, you can see there is a singular Ifriti that is standing on the edge there that is just kind of like flame in his hand crackling, kind of staring at Scanlan, but in a sort of reserved position, and you see about 5 of them just rounding the corner towards the arches.
I look around. Is Scanlan still outside?
Scanlan is still outside. Scanlan's off in the corner. Gonna see him.
Pardon me, Master Australia. The slaves need hosing down. And I retreat inside the doorway.
Make a deception check, Grog.
Oh no.
Right away, Grog. Right away.
13 plus 1.
Okay. The Ifriti standing there went from unsure if truth to they're fucking lying. And eyes glare back at you, Scanlan. Alright, Vax, what do you do?
I scuttle over to my sister then and scoop her head up and give her like a. I'm looking out the door watching what's happening with Grog and give her like a gentle noogie and cast Lay on Hands last 5 hit points to bring her back to
Okay,
awake.
so you're now conscious, Vex.
Well, that sucked.
Alright. Percy.
You're alive.
I'm going to hold my turn to wait for the Ifrit to encounter
This way. Is there
Scanlan.
all vanished now?
Oh, and I'll also say that I'll hold an attack if an Ifrit pokes its face in the door,
Okay.
just in case.
So we have more Ifrit heading down this pathway here. Alright, Percy, there's turn around. Scanlan, it's your turn.
Hand cone up.
boom.
I think I got skipped.
Pike, you're after Scanlan.
After Scanlan?
There's one person left before you.
Oh, so Scanlan goes again.
Yeah, I did actually accidentally miss your turn last time in the mansion. So what do you want to do, Pike?
Okay. Do I know that Vex? Can I peek outside?
Oh, I'm in the mansion now.
She's
You're in the
in.
mansion.
Yeah,
Yeah.
She's awake.
Okay.
She's very low.
I've got like 1 hit point.
5.
I've got
Oh,
5
yeah,
hit
well-
points.
Okay. Well, I'm just gonna have what I have left here, which is let's see.
Actually, let's say it's 1, not 5. It's
One's
better.
a-
You
it's
gave her
easier
one
number to draw.
Just
Give her
one.
Okay.
1
Because if anyone
Schneasel.
else
So you can do
goes
that. You can meet it out.
Okay.
Stingy
Okay,
little
I'm gonna
paladin.
do Cure Wounds at 5th level.
Consequential, it's wicked.
5th level Cure Wounds. On to you, Vex.
There you go. I'm just an EMT. She's the doctor.
That is
Oh, yeah, I got some.
That's why I'm holding my turn. Is if you can make this go away, I will be very happy.
This is looking very bad.
Yeah.
This is the entire city guard now coming at you.
Oh,
Wrong book.
Jeebus.
It's the-
That's a book full of shit
Not a
limericks.
big. Not a big.
All right, how much does that heal?
oh, 30. 35.
You're
Yay,
taking-
35
you.
hit points to Vex. Looking much better than you did a second ago. All right, that ends your turn, Pike. Are you going to do anything else?
I'm gonna stay here in the mansion
Okay.
because I'm useless
Okay.
No.
today.
Scanlan, you're now about to be flanked by a series of Ifrit.
I take 1 step closer to the Ifrit, putting me within 30 feet of him,
Okay.
and I will hand cone up, and I will sing to him to try to charm him. I'll sing. My grog don't like you and he likes everyone. And I should have known that you would try to run. But I got so caught up in my spells, I didn't see that you were trying to rat me out. But I can't do that right now. So I'm going to cast Modify Memory at 6th level.
Oh, tricky motherfucker.
Fuck yes.
Okay.
10 minutes have not gone by. This whole thing's taken 2 minutes, right?
Yeah.
This whole thing's been about, roughly, I'd say, from the beginning to end, about 2 minutes, a little more than that, maybe. Just from a spatial positioning standpoint. Okay, so let's make a wisdom saving throw. Because technically you're fighting the creature because Grog made it hostile again.
Oh, shit.
It does get advantage on the saving throw.
Fuck.
Can I use my luck on him? I have 1 left watching this.
Let me look at the specifics. I think it may be just an attack.
I don't think so.
I'll double check.
I don't think so.
That's why I'm going to check you.
I mean, I'm wrong about a lot of things, Matt.
Mostly.
In game and out of
Hey,
game.
I'm glad you're using it on enemy rolls now.
There's nothing in that book
Took
that
2
says
years.
he can't.
Don't fancy man.
There's something in this book that says something much worse than
Look at the table of contents.
No.
You should look at the table of contents. It'll make you really happy.
You can also spend a luck point when an attack roll is made against you.
Just attack
So,
rolls.
yeah.
All right. Lesson
So
learned.
they're a little more, they're really powerful to force things to.
Okay.
We love it.
Abuses of the clergy.
That's my favorite chapter.
All right, so
Okay.
it's cocked.
Come on.
That is 19. What is your spell DC again?
21.
You watch its eyes glaze over for a
MVP.
minute, and the flame kind of flickers out in its hand as it drops to the side. What are you doing? What are you modifying?
I'm telling him, you heard this fiend pledge to murder the Sultan. It's a Sultan, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. You heard this fiend pledge to murder the Sultan, and you joined with us, defeated him. You are brave. You are strong. You should tell everyone this.
So you paint out this whole memory, this whole image of watching
yes.
watching this pit fiend caught by you guys and this this illuminated Ifrit.
Oh my god, that's
That this plot was uncovered. The scuffle continued, and you make this entire epic battle where somehow you're the most powerful creature in the universe and tore this thing asunder, practically one-handed next to this Ifrit, and you instill it with the joy and the pride that it just foiled a plot against the Sultan. You watch as its kind of limp self kind of puff up with its hands on its hips, and as the spell finishes taking effect, rewriting its memory, it looks down at you and goes,
You are brave, small one.
Not as brave as you, sir.
Your assistance will be remembered.
and he puts his hand out to kind of clasp yours. It encompasses your entire elbow with a pseudo Beastmaster shake.
Noodle arm.
As the rest of the Illuminated kind of swoop in now to catch up, weapons drawn, the one that you were talking to goes,
There is no need. We have thwarted the plot. The Sultan is safe. And these slavers here, and his paltry allies, they helped me stop it.
the rest of the Illuminated go,
Piss off, you're blowing. Stop blowing smoke. Well done.
Coming, bitch.
the Ifrit that you kind of cast on kind of looks a little deflated.
No, but seriously.
Points to the ashes there on the ground, and goes to join the rest of them, and they're kind of giving him shit. And you can tell there's like a rapport with them. They don't fully believe his story, but there doesn't appear to be any intent against you. Through a brief conversation with them, they have no reason to consider you an enemy. And you've, through a single series of lucky rolls and a perfect use of Modify Memory, prevented the probably 10,000-ish
10,000?
Illuminated that run the city. Let me look at the specific.
Wait. I just want to double check. I still have my attack though.
Oh yeah.
You do.
Okay, so I can actually hit him and like.
Yeah, that's
okay.
a great idea. Do that.
Is it
More than that?
Everything.
We're looking at 50,000 illuminated that run through the entirety of
my
the city garden.
50,000?
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm going to saunter over to the pile of ash and see if there's just grab it and see if there's any proof that I can grab that we took care of.
Yeah.
I will join him so I can grab the mallet, the
Mace.
the mace that the pit fiend had. Unless it turned to ash as well.
It did not turn to ashes. However, when you grab it, it is a dull, cold iron mace that is too large for you to use.
Too large for me?
Yeah.
It's still
I mean,
proof.
you could use it, but it would be a disadvantage on attacks.
But he can carry it, right?
You can carry it.
Yeah, it's still proof.
Proof.
Yeah, I'll dog.
So
You
there's
gotta
that.
trade
Yeah.
it for the Dawn Martyr
Like
armor.
John Henry Irons, y'all.
Yeah.
Is there anything else left of him?
No, the rest of it's just ash. The rest of it just burned away into ash.
What about like his? Didn't he have like a symbol on his chest or whatever?
There is the symbol that he had. Yeah.
Yeah,
Which
grab
that's
that.
it, you would find that.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Which is kind of his mark of his station within the embassy.
That.
Like was he wearing like a leather thong kind of thing, like with the
Oh
flap?
yeah.
That's definitely.
Because I feel like I could really.
Nope.
Okay.
He was just.
Look at the menu. Nope.
You're like
Sorry.
tool belt and nothing
Oh.
else. No.
Is it, do you check for anything else
Just
while
a
you're
tool
here?
belt.
Do you check for anything else while you're here?
I mean,
As
we do
apparently
have
the rest of the crowd is beginning to come back and fill in the arches again.
What about the rope she had, the lasso, the thing?
Go look to see if there's anything left. Of
I'll,
the,
I'll fly up there. I'll fly up there and see.
And let's
Okay.
all just take
Yeah,
a short
heal up.
rest and then go back.
Okay, there
In
is
the
her,
mansion.
her armor is scattered across the top of the wall. The bow is broken. There is the longsword, and you do see the rope still there, as well as a pair of nice boots.
I'll grab it all.
Okay.
Well, nice boot.
Yes. All right,
You have
so,
so many fucking boots.
so you grab the sword, you grab the boots, and you grab the lasso.
Cobbler.
Okay.
No
Cool.
one wears shoes
And I'll fly back into the mansion so we can rest.
All right.
We all go
Everybody
in the
ducks
mansion.
inside the
Yeah,
mansion.
we go in the mansion.
Take a rest.
All right, and
Yes,
as you guys
take
all
a
duck in the
rest.
mansion, take your rest. We're going to take a bathroom break here.
Finally.
We'll be back here in a minute. We have a little more story resolution to go through before we finish the episode tonight.
That was
So
like a
hold off
2-hour
just a second.
fight.
Yeah, that was great.
It was a 3-hour fight.
3-hour tour, guys.
Oh my God.
And Scanlan.
Yeah.
Go ahead and
Oh,
get your.
yeah.
Yes. What is that?
Lincoln sword? Your
This
real
is
sword.
Myth
you'll never
Armor,
use.
And it's a woken form.
It's
Matt,
awoken.
Before I go in the
Alrighty,
mansion.
guys, real fast before we disappear.
Wait, before I go in the mansion, I gather up those gems that I threw at the.
Okay, got it.
Yeah,
Gems.
yeah.
We are having a giveaway tonight. Of our fantastic friends at Wormwood are giving away this awesome magnetic dice box. 20 of you guys in there. I believe they're checking the chat room, right?
Yeah.
All right, yeah, so go ahead and check in the chat room.
In the chat room.
You can go ahead and enter. They'll have the instructions there, and we'll have the announcement of who wins this at the end of the break.
Top of it means after break.
Okay,
Yes.
after break, we'll come back with the winner of that. So pay attention to the chat room, enter, and we'll give away to one lucky winner this awesome Wormwood dice box. Thank you guys. We'll see you back here in a few minutes.
Woo! We didn't die.
All right, so first and foremost, tonight's episode is sponsored by Loot Crate.
Loot Crate!
They're awesome.
Get your maps off the table,
We got
Tyriak.
sorry, we got an unboxing to do here with their last month theme here. But before we get to that, Sam, did you want to?
I just wanted to say, guys, that this month's theme for Loot Crate is magic. And I don't have much plans tonight, but I did learn a magic trick.
Oh, you did?
So I'm going to do a magic trick. It's the first magic trick I've ever done.
Oh, Jesus.
And I don't have a deck of cards at home, so I'm going to use spell cards instead. Just give it a little shuffle here. Oh, hey there, Cowboy.
Please let something come out of your eyes.
Taliesin, can you just give it a shuffle?
I'll give it a
Just
shuffle.
something.
No.
Something just
Gleam, do you want to shuffle
No,
these?
no, just we gotta
Sure, I got it. We got 30 minutes, right?
Wait, no, yeah, give it a shuffle, Liam.
Sure, let me shuffle that.
Guys, ready your wands.
No, like a shuffle, man, like a
potions,
shuffle.
And get ready for November's enchanting theme, Magical. We've cast a powerful ancient spell to deliver you this 100% exclusive crate featuring bewitching items from Doctor Strange, fantastic beasts, and where to find them. Big Trouble in Little China. And more. Remember the promo links to the so lootcrate.com/critical role.
Marvelous Sam slowly becomes Bill Cosby. You're saying
no,
you
can't take that back.
Too scary.
Okay, I'm just going to show Taliesin here. Just going to show Taliesin that these are just in fact randomly shuffled cards. Can you please just give the card deck a little cut anywhere you'd like? Okay, I'm going to look at this half of the card deck, and it will tell me what's in the other half of the card deck. Oh, okay. I know, Taliesin, by looking at that the fourth card down is see invisibility.
The fourth card
The
down.
fourth card down is see invisibility.
Yeah. So 1, 2, 3. So this card right here. That
Will
if I
be
flip,
see invisibility.
it's just like Nicolas Cage.
This is
as
so
a cat.
exciting.
This is. It is in fact see invisibility.
Right.
It is in fact see invisibility.
And the most magical part of this trick is that it makes me a quadruple threat actor, singer, professional lover of ladies, and now professional magician.
Oh,
so thank you.
Remarkable Nicolas Cage impersonator too. This is really, it's really amazing.
My mouth hurts so much right now.
Vax up in the hurt inside.
Don't do not.
Thank you so much, Sam. Thank you, Luke. Great.
Yeah,
great.
Well, so these are from October. These are
These are not the magic theme.
No.
No, these are horror themed.
This is what everyone should be getting this month.
Just use a
Oh. What?
Okay, that's the coolest.
Are those Freddy
yes.
Krueger chopsticks?
Yes, I
That's
think.
actually pretty badass.
Little chibi Leatherface.
Yeah.
You know,
Awesome.
for,
Of all
for
the
the
things
kids.
you thought could never be cute, Leatherface.
Little Leatherface.
Wait, I gotta see if
Love
this is
it.
actually usable or not.
Got it.
Oh,
Soft.
good job.
Yeah.
Well done.
Ooh, Camp Crystal Lake, this is going
Ooh,
on.
a little pennant. My
they
son
come
will
out?
love that.
Yeah.
Big
Oh.
fan of the movie.
I'm gonna wear this for my kids all the time.
Regrettable supervillains.
No way.
Superheroes.
Yes.
The
earlier in the
Legion of
series.
Regrettable Supervillains.
Too soon, guys. Just too soon.
Are these?
This is way too
Page
soon.
pod pizza in there somewhere.
Just too soon. This
Oh.
is
They're
too
just
soon.
way too heavy. to
Praying
pick up.
Mantis Man and the Blue
I mean, it was
Beetle.
5 seconds ago.
Cat Girl.
Really.
Animal
really
Vegetable
Lake.
Mineral
Oh, that
Man.
makes me happy.
Really?
These
Friday the
chopsticks
13th,
are
man.
amazing.
That's a really bad
That is
reference.
fantastic.
Wow.
Yeah, the chopsticks are kind of like.
I'm bettering
The chopsticks
myself,
are
you guys,
awesome.
right?
Yeah.
Don't-
Krueger.
Don't try to pick up
chopsticks,
metal
guys.
dice
Freddy
with them because they're way too heavy.
Don't eat metal dice.
Don't eat metal dice.
Ooh, The Walking Dead too.
Pretty
I
good.
call dibs on this next week.
There you go. Well, guys,
Okay.
thank you very much, Luke Crate.
Thank you.
Sponsor us. We
there's little
appreciate that.
mascots.
You can go to lootcrate.com/critical role.
Promo code Critical Role.
Yeah.
Punky Brewster.
Hello, guys, and welcome back to Critical Role. We do have a winner in the chat room. Jenksone9, Jenksone9. You are going to be winning this awesome Wormwood Dice Box. Congratulations. Make sure that you talk with our mods and folks in the chat room to get your information. Congratulations, and thank you for entering. Awesome. So, returning to the circumstance, you, Vox Machina, bruised, beaten, and through some clutch timing, and thank God somebody got initiative at the top of that round. Maybe we'll talk more about this on Talks on Tuesday, because there's some shit that could have gone really wrong if you guys didn't get initiative or you grapple him at the beginning.
A few times that could have happened.
Yeah, that was.
Oh, jeez.
You should really. This
been bad.
This is
anyway,
gold.
while you guys are taking a short rest, so you can go ahead and use as many of your hit dice to heal if you want to.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah. Like most of them, all of them?
We probably should have done that on the break, huh?
Probably should have, yeah.
Can you
Oh yeah, we should
hook it up.
We should have.
I can sing a song.
Oh, yeah.
To heal you all by 1d12.
Okay.
Yeah,
Is that right?
On top of whatever you used your hit dice on, you also heal 1d12.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I will sing a song. I will sing, Heal thee with a song, heal thee all night, all night, all night long, heal thee.
Yes.
Nice.
So 1d12, and then we do whatever after that.
Correct.
1d12 plus what?
Well, he rolls it, so Sam, roll 1d12.
Got it.
It's a 12!
So everyone heals 12 hit points, and then let me know how many you healed based on your hit dice.
Okay.
Fully healed.
All right, Percy's fully healed.
Brings us to.
Oh, and short rest, which means I get all that back, and I get that back.
Hit dice, huh? Okay, lots of math going on.
In the meantime, is anyone looking at the items you found?
Sure, I'll look at my stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. Boots or rope?
I healed up to 168.
168 on Grog already.
I'm up to full, 99.
Max is full.
99 red balloons.
I'm up to 85.
85 on Scanlan. Alrighty.
I am up to 80.
I'm up to 100.
Yay! Awesome. So, boots or rope, Vex?
The rope.
Okay.
And I'm gonna pass the boots to Keyleth to look at.
Okay. So you're going to pass these over to you guys.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God.
Ooh. Here you go. I passed this to you so you could look at them.
Oh, nice.
This is the rope of entanglement. The rope is 30 feet long and weighs 3 pounds. If you hold one end of the rope and use an action to speak its command word, the other end darts forward to entangle a creature you see within 20 feet of you. Ooh. The target must succeed a DC of 15 dexterity or become restrained.
Can you read that slow all the time?
And they don't take an attunement slot.
It was the
You can release a creature by a bonus action.
A little hidey place.
best of
Target restrained by the rope can use an action. I'm just trying to scan
So, yeah,
it.
so you can essentially release the rope as an action towards a creature within 20 feet, and it tries to wrap and restrain them.
Do what you did.
Which essentially be grapple.
I may
Restrain.
that.
Restrain.
Grapple just means their movement is brought to 0. Restrain means their movement is brought to 0. Attack rolls against them have advantage, and attack rolls that they make have disadvantage.
Oh, wow.
And they have disadvantage on dexterity saving throw.
Does
Basically,
do,
like,
do,
And it's a bonus action?
it's an action.
do ranged attacks also have advantage?
Yeah, attacks against them have advantage. on restrain.
So you grab something and we just start wailing
That's
on it
huge.
from a distance.
Well,
multiple times.
grapple is different from restrain.
Yeah, no, like what a
With
great
the rope,
idea.
yeah, you can do that.
with the broom.
Oh,
She's
that's
a
the rope?
hangwoman.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
You're your own moving gallows.
It can be destroyed.
It can be
Has
destroyed.
20 hit points and an AC of 20.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Oh wow, yeah, no, there's a lot.
Is
of
it limited
really
by the
awesome.
size of a creature?
This is a historical
Yeah,
collection.
I would say it can only restrain.
Yeah.
But I can't restrain a fire giant.
Probably not gonna. No, we're not gonna work on
So it
Thordak.
comes
Just
back
saying.
full.
I would never use that on Thor.
These boots appear to actually be boots that looks like my people might have made. They are boots of spider climbing.
Boots of awkwardness.
So the wearer can spend an action to cast spider climb on themselves. No concentration required, and the effect lasts for an hour. Spider climb lets you.
Yeah, walk on walls and
Spider
shit.
climb. Yeah.
Oh shit.
So
We've had that before.
Here, I go him to Percy. He's waving dibs.
Yes, no, this is definitely for me.
Yeah, climb up to a good vantage.
Did it? Is it? Does anybody want this rope?
Hello.
You want the rope of entanglement?
Yep.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I healed to 74 BTW.
Oh, yay,
Thank you, Pike.
Ashley.
Did I say what I healed to? I did, right?
You did, yeah. Alrighty. So as you guys finish your short rest,
Gotta be close anyway.
you have your you've kind of taken in the circumstance. You've narrowly avoided a very, very bad situation.
Yeah.
With the city.
You know, I thought that the guards were going to show up way sooner. We lucked out.
too.
They've got a low response time in the city.
A couple minutes. That wasn't bad. It was
Yeah.
only a couple minutes.
This is
It
true.
was only a couple
Better
minutes.
than LA.
really. Yeah.
Oh gosh.
We love our boy.
So,
It's a big city.
what do you guys want to
Something
do?
that can happen here.
We're inside the mansion. What do we
Inside the
wanna do?
mansion, you still have the two slaves you acquired. The
Yeah.
two,
Oh, we should
Aasimar.
talk to them.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
They're not in chains though. Do the servants get the chains off of them?
The servants did take the chains off them. They're both kind of just hiding in the back of the foyer as you guys are resting.
Go on, Beck. See what they want.
All right. I wander over to them. Hello.
Hi.
Hi. What's your name, darling?
They both seem a little more relaxed than when you first spoke with them. I'm Kior. He is Hunin.
Kior and Hunin.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Of course.
Whatever you need.
How long have you been captured?
Maybe a year.
Oh no. And where did they take you from?
We were taken from our mother on the poorer side of Therinus.
Therinus? Where is that?
It's in Wildmount.
Oh, okay. We know where that is. Yeah?
Yeah.
They're from Wildmount?
Yeah?
She sold us off
She sold you? Why?
because we're special.
You are special.
different.
You're different too.
All of us are rather different. I hate that music when I'm talking. It makes me creeped out.
Creepy.
Sorry, I'll
Change
stop
the music
playing.
for you.
I'm like, what are you gonna do to me, you creepy little boys?
I've changed the music for you.
Twins and shining.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Wait, did we get their names yet?
Yeah.
Yes,
Kior.
Kior and Hunin.
Aw.
Well, would you feel safe going back to them, or would you like to be with us for a while? To your mother, I mean.
And you can see Hunin, who's being really quiet, and is basically just letting Kior talk, and you get the sense that he's probably the more talkative of the two. Just, we have no real care or love for her for what she's done.
Understandable.
Whatever the fates bring us towards, I suppose we'll walk that path.
Well, they've brought you towards us, darling.
He still seems uncomfortable and like very much like, what are you gonna do? He's
We're not slavers.
Waiting for the other shoe to drop, essentially.
We don't want you as slaves. If you'd like to stay with us, we can try to keep you safe. At least we can get you out of this fire plane, if all things go well.
Looks over to Hunin. Hunin kind of looks at him, shakes his head. This place is terrible. If you know a way out, please take us with you.
How do you feel about snow?
I like snow. Where we're from, there's lots of snow.
Well, that will do then.
There's a very nice city where we came from. We might be able to start a new life there.
Okay.
How old are you?
Both about. And see, they have to think for a second. You get the sense they probably didn't have a very good education either, where they came from.
Respect.
About
15.
I think I might be that many.
Well, you come with us for a while, all right?
yes.
All right. Did you eat some chicken? Have some chicken.
The mansion stays up for 24
Put some
hours
meat on
for
your
that.
little bones.
the other spectral servants come and kind of take their hands and lift them up and lead them towards the kitchen where they both excitedly seem to enjoy the prospect of fresh food.
Eat quickly though, because we'll probably be leaving soon.
We could leave them here. Or we
Yeah,
go
but-
do our business.
We don't need to check back in with Cynic here. He already has a way to get a hold of us. We'll come
So
back
we could
later.
just go straight to.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you guys are fine with it, I think we can check back in to repay our debt to Cynic here at another time.
We need to get our.
We need to get the
Armor.
armor.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yes.
Go to go to.
But we
Shit.
can kind of stealth there, get the armor,
Shuriel.
and then get out.
Okay.
I don't want to be.
Then bring them here.
Wait a second though. Grog.
Yeah.
Does that magic bucket you have, does it make champagne?
No.
Does it make ale?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yep.
Pour it out. I walk over to Scanlan, I grab him by the face and cheeks.
Don't hurt me!
Look at this guy. And I scoop him up and I put him on my shoulders and I walk over to Keyleth and I say, look at these fucking two. To Scanlan and Keyleth. The two biggest fucking heroes I know.
No, don't.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
You guys are pretty amazing.
No, you can
Yeah.
do this. It's awful.
Shit, I'll drink to that, and I take the jug and I stick my face in, and I go, beer! And it makes 4 gallons of beer.
Yes.
Oh.
And can I just say, thank you, Scanlan. Thanks, Keyleth.
Thank all of us. We did this together.
We did do this together. We
Sort
didn't
of.
do anything that you wouldn't have done for us.
He's gonna drink all the beer if you don't stop.
Shut the fuck
wait,
up.
share.
Oh wait, is there anything left?
There sloshes a bit. There's enough for like half a cup.
For everybody or just one?
For
half
one.
cup? For one half
come
cup?
on, man.
Is that
I
all
take
it
a
does?
sip.
No,
I
It makes
take a
4
sip.
gallons of beer. I'm a big lad.
We have
Take a teeny sip,
we have
Pike.
a
Would you
wine
like a little
room
sip
here.
Oh, we
of
have chicken
ale?
wine.
We have a wine cellar.
You there, blue fellow.
Not a
Chicken
fellow.
Take a
Not
sip.
a fellow.
Okay.
A lady.
Pass it down. All right. So should we take the boys with us then? Because we're not necessarily coming back here.
Yes.
Probably a wise
Alright.
idea.
I have just enough room in my spell bus
To get us all
take
back?
us all back.
Well, then I bamf Trinket back in the. Well,
It's a magic
I can
school
bamf
bus.
him back in when we. I'm gonna leave him out for a while.
Okay.
Let him
Drink is.
stretch it out. He's been confined for a bit. You did so good in that fight.
Roll rubs against you. Seems pretty proud.
You did better than your mom. Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm gonna walk
Hearty
up to the
true.
corner. I've still got Scanlan on my shoulders, and I'm gonna invert my hands and grab him and turn him upside down.
Spider-Man?
Yeah. Hey. You know, I'm teasing you, but you are an amazing man. You are a hero.
That means a lot, Vax.
I shut him up and I kiss him.
Upside down Spider-Man.
I knew it.
Just take it. Just take it.
I knew-
Take the compliments, you fucker.
Get
Take
all
them.
the sex back.
That's not the first upside down elf man kiss I've ever had. But it's probably top 3.
I go to his cheek. I go to Scanlan's cheek. Pat, pat, pat.
God!
Oh,
I
jeez.
can't take that much damage.
That's okay. Do one for me, please. I'm gonna go find my sister. I'll talk to you later.
Hoping a great Big B's hand moment. All right.
Back out the door.
Back out the door. So you guys have gathered your things. You've gathered your 2 companions.
Yes.
And you.
We should probably like slave ourselves up again.
Oh yeah.
You know.
Oh,
We
we're
don't have
still
to go
vexing
far,
Vax.
right?
Technically, we never.
You guys, yeah, you still
undid
have the
that.
illusions.
You still have the illusions. Right?
Oh,
but
you
I'm saying-
kissed Keyleth in the middle of that fight.
Absolutely.
Oh, that is weird.
You totally kissed your sister. And then right now, just planted one on a flaming, dark-skinned, bearded fella.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
He's
Hey
getting
guys,
extreme
that's
with
your
his
hang up,
taste.
not mine.
I feel like I'm learning so much about you. Vax.
My name is
So
pronounced Liam. Liam.
All right. So as you guys gather your things, you make your way back out into the thoroughfare of the Arches, where you can see there's now a heavier patrolling guard of Illuminated in the vicinity.
We put our
I walk
chains
up-
back on.
Yeah,
I
the
walk
collars.
up to Percy
Collars,
before
yeah.
we put our horrible chains back on, and I grab his hand and I give him a peck on the cheek and whisper, "Thank you."
You're welcome, and yes, that was weird for me too.
Yeah,
no, it's just weird right now.
Just a peck.
Yes, thank you. Yes, it's weird.
And I, after my bit with Scanlan, I put the ring back on and spent the next 20 minutes attuning to it.
Okay.
And she hears behind her,
Oh, thank you so much.
I
You're
go,
so
"Oh!"
wonderful.
You get an elbow right. to the
no,
stomach.
she's got to roll for it with disadvantage because I'm invisible.
Just straight behind
She's
me.
grown up with you. She knows exactly where you're gonna whisper.
Right.
Oh, your hair is so white and beautiful. I'm so in love.
Go away.
You're a shithead.
All right. As you guys begin to make your way backtracking to the location of Joriel's building, without incident, though there are a few tense moments if you guys just kind of stay in the public eye, you've watched how other people walk about the city, the lack of communication from folks that don't seem to be on the upper echelon, and avoiding as much of the illuminated as you can with their flaming amulets. Eventually find your way back to the large, slowly spiraling black and gold abode of Joriel. The door has the same knob in the front. You knock, the door's lifted, and the two fire giant slaves greet you and lead you into the home. There, across the way, on the other side of her large desk, still waiting, arms crossed, fingers intertwined, you see grinning the ever opulently dressed Joriel, waiting for you all to approach quietly with a smile on her face, her eyebrows tensed and furrowed, expecting either a sweet victory or word of a sweet defeat. In either way, she wins.
You should just slam that mace down.
We have the necklace.
Yeah, I was to say, take out the necklace and throw it at her feet.
Yeah.
Or on the table in front of her.
On the table. She reaches down and plucks it and dingles. She looks at it. So it is done then.
If word has not reached you by now, honestly, I'm quite surprised.
I'm not. We were super stealthy as requested.
Yeah, we were.
What, word of mouth. It's a small city,
Died in disgrace as well. Plot to overthrow the Sultan.
A disembodied voice says, totally.
You can see the brow unfurls ever so slightly, and a look of peace kind of washes over her face for a moment. She takes the small amulet in her hand and clutches her fingers around it and closes her eyes and... You've done me a great service this day. And you have upheld your end of the bargain. And for this, I thank you. She pulls a drawer open in the desk and plops it in there, slams it shut. I absolve you of the ownership I have against you. My servants will collect your necklaces, thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you for the plate mail as well.
Ah, yes. My apologies. It's been a long day.
Mm.
She reaches up and takes the armor and keeps it there and sets it on the edge of the desk.
Just curious. What do you say we play one hand?
No. No.
Okay. All right. We'll just take it.
Think you've done enough gambling today?
Just for funsies?
Oh my gosh.
No, the deal is done. Get out.
Goodbye. Thank you.
Pleasure doing
Oh, do you mind, would you care if we just do a little teleportation spell in your living room?
I would recommend doing it towards the foyer door.
Right, because you've got... Thank you.
Yep, but
Thank you.
Do you want to put it on now, Pike? Or do you want to put it on when we get
Oh my god, that's right. It's for Pike.
Put it on.
Oh,
Came all this
Oh.
way.
well, okay.
Okay, so if you guys help her get out of her armor,
Yeah.
the giants kind of awkwardly watch from a distance as she's down to her skivvies.
I'm gonna hold up a towel. So
Yeah. I hold
Well,
up.
like, she doesn't have to get fully naked. She's not naked under the armor. There's there's padding and stuff that...
Chafing.
Yeah.
she's hardcore. I don't know.
I mean, painful as shit.
Yeah.
Pinches everywhere. But the plate, which is it's about a human size. It's too large for Pike, and it gets loose when you get inside of it. It's kind of hanging off of her. And once you get the last piece of the armor on, she looks like a child wearing her parents' clothing.
Perfect.
And then with the creaking sound, all the armor snaps to her form. And you watch as the beautiful brass scrolling across the armor itself begin to brighten. You can see bits where the scrolling kind of glows with this kind of pulsing, almost like an internal fire, and the rubies gleam. And you see the air around her just begin to distort, like the air distortion over a hot flame.
Oh my gosh! We've got to read it to you.
Complete
We gotta read it to you.
Rubies all over you and stuff.
Well,
Take a
completionists,
picture
we
and
fucking
text
did
it.
it.
Okay.
Legendary weapons.
Laura,
I can't really read.
We'll take a
Laura
picture.
will read
Take a
it in
picture.
Ashley's voice.
Yeah, Travis, read it in Ashley's voice.
Oh, beautiful brass scrolling and priceless.
All right, that's a little
Beautiful brass scrolling and priceless cut rubies adorn this silver set of armor.
Don't read the whole thing.
Oh. No?
It's up to Ashley if she wants to.
Oh, well, okay, I won't
We're gonna
read
text
it
it to
all.
Ashley to read.
Yeah, she's getting it right now.
Okay.
Okay, text it to Ashley. This is
She's got it.
the
Okay,
speed of
okay, so
internet.
Ashley
Yeah,
can
the speed
read
of
it out loud if
satellite
you want
Loot
to.
crate.
Travel.
Okay.
Faster than it's reading Loot Crate.
So what not to be greedy, milady, but what's the story with that ruby shield?
So you start walking up wearing the armor you just won and asking her this question.
I just feel like it matches. That's my only reason I'm asking.
Both of her hands reach up over the desk, because you can barely see her from your vantage point. You're so small by comparison. Both of her hands reach over, grasp the edge, and she leans forward, looming over you. Her large, grinning, dark-skinned, vibrant red hair, braided, adorned with jewels and metallic bands of platinum. She kind of leans down. It is not for you to worry about. Now, leave me to my collection. You've already taken one from me.
Well, I mean, it wasn't taken from you. We okay. Thank you so much.
You look awesome, Pike.
You look amazing, Pike.
Look awesome. What's it
Is
do?
it actually hotter in that armor? Is it like, are you sweaty in there?
It's actually very
No,
comfortable
it
and
feels,
quite cool.
It feels great.
Yeah.
Brass
Can you
bullets.
read what it says,
Am I
Ashley?
quiet?
Is it sweat wicking?
Is it quieter than her other mail?
Nope.
Yeah.
No.
No.
It's
Still-
still loud.
This shit is legit.
Still pretty
Should I-
loud.
Should I read it?
Yes, please. Read it.
Okay.
Read it.
So, beautiful brass, scrolling and priceless. Cut rubies adorn this silver set of armor, worn by the high priest Duana of Pelor as she fell in the battle of Ghurrix. While wearing this armor, you gain a +3 bonus to AC.
Oh, that's not the best part.
It gets better.
You cannot be frightened, and you gain resistance to fire damage. And when you are struck by a melee attack, the attacker suffers 2d6 points of fire damage.
What?
Just for hitting
What
you.
in the world?
It gets better.
If you are knocked unconscious by an attack or spell, a blast of healing flame surrounds you. You immediately regain 5 hit points and are lifted to your feet.
Yeah!
What?
All
There's
hostile
more?
creatures within 15 feet of you must make a dexterity saving throw or take 66 fire damage, half damage on a success. And once you use this ability, you cannot use it again until the next dawn.
Wait, so if So if someone kills her,
bounces
they
back.
hurt more.
If they
She
hit her,
bounces back from
it
death
hurts.
Yeah.
one time.
That's
automatically.
fucking
From
amazing.
unconsciousness.
Yeah.
From unconscious
Yeah.
is one time.
If they hit her, they take damage.
Yeah, a lot.
If she goes unconscious, they get like blasted.
Mike!
Shit.
Clank, clank, clank.
That's
clank.
nuts. That's nuts.
That's pretty sick.
Oh,
That is
man.
Shall outlive us
amazing.
all.
And yet there's
Yeah,
more.
What the heck?
It's a good vestige.
it's a good
That's
vestige.
amazing.
When it awakens, she
Hey, you guys, we
becomes a
got all the
dragon.
vestiges.
We got all of our legendary weapons.
That we know of.
We know of.
What happens if we all put them together?
Yeah. Can we do
Do
that
we
real
become
fast?
Wait, should we go
Voltron?
through?
Should we go home?
Let's go home and do that.
Okay, let's go home.
Let's
Okay.
try to stack ourselves
Yeah,
in
we'll
some
take
sort of
them
weird
all
pyramid.
and put them together.
Yeah. Maybe
Alright.
fit.
So
Oh wait, are we going home or are we going
To Fort Daxio?
or should we go home first?
Daxia.
Do we need to check in with creepy guy?
We can come back for him.
Really? We don't
You're
need
gonna
to check
blow
in.
off Cynic here?
I gave him a bracelet.
He's got
he
the-
knows
where we are.
He
Hey,
knows
man.
where
I
we
don't
are.
want him coming for us.
I gave him
Don't
a
we
bracelet.
owe him something?
Yeah, but we
We
can't
owe-
take care of it right now.
You know,
And he
we'll
already mentioned that if I gave him the bracelet so he knows where to find us. As soon as we
Yeah.
kill Thordak, we'll come back and make good on homework.
Yeah, if we survive, we'll send him
say
like a
that?
Jelly of the Month club.
This does
membership,
not seem like a good idea. If we are in mid-Thordak battle and he shows up to collect, we're fucked.
Seneca?
Yeah, I would.
We don't know who he tangles with.
I'd button it up.
Well,
I'd
just
just-
say, well, if we go back though, then
What if he
wants
needs
to
a
cash in
favor?
right now?
And we it wastes more time.
I mean, I gave him the bracelet deliberately.
I don't think that meant we're gonna leave the fire plane and before we settle the favor that he constantly reminds.
Look,
that we
let's
owe
go
him.
and we didn't have the time to come here, period. So let's go talk to him and ask him if we can have a few days to get back to him.
At
we
least
die, problem
He's
solved.
gonna make us owe him another fucking
we
May I,
favor.
did,
may, I,
we can-
may I also recommend that we leave the children out of that room?
Yeah,
Okay.
remember we're dragging children everywhere we go.
Can you send those children back to...
The mansion's
No.
still up, isn't it?
The mansion is
Yeah,
No, but
it's
we'd have
in
to walk
middle
all the
of
fuck
a
back.
slave-
Tell him
For
we're
23
wasted.
hours.
Look,
Just bring the kids with, man.
He mentioned, let me give you a trinket in case you all leave so I can find you again.
In
He's
case.
but he's expecting it.
Yeah, but then we put it in his court when he shows up. Favors.
It's a bad idea to just be like,
Let's just go
we're
button
all
it up.
done. We just got to go do a
Yeah.
thing. You
Let's wrap
know
it
where
up.
we are.
Let's button it up.
We'll be right back.
But what if he tries? All right, I guess we
Fine.
can talk to him.
Yeah.
I'm just afraid he'll try and cash in on it right now.
He
and
might.
Not let us
He
leave.
might.
You might.
He might.
And then
find
we'll
out.
settle this.
He might.
There's nothing. We don't want Garth from Wayne's World to have anything on our heads.
Also, I mean, we're mostly nice people, but I'm pretty sure Groff will crush him like an accordion. So we're not going to do that, but we can set the terms of the favor a little bit.
All right,
A little bit.
then let's fucking go.
Let's go get Seneca.
All right.
How far of a walk is
So
it?
honorable.
It's. I'd say, with you guys not having a guide and trying to just go off memory and coasting through, it'll take you about a little over an hour. But you do find it.
All right.
And it's the establishment you now see from the other side. There are 3 different types of languages written above the top. One of them is common. This is Flame Garden, and that is the name of his jeweler's business. As you guys come to the front doors, which are actually open for business, there are no customers in there at the moment, and you see Uten in the back is currently working on some sort of crafting circumstance. Has a heavy kind of looks like a jeweler's visor type setup with a number of magnifying circular glasses set up, and is currently grinding something small against a piece. You see Sinukir is just off in the corner, currently going through papers, and as you guys step inside, glances over. So, hello. It's good to see you so soon. Can I help you?
We just wanted to make sure we are about to head home, and we want to make sure that you know that we have not forgotten that we are indebted to you, and that we plan, quite possibly, if it's amenable, about contracting you for services in the future as well, in your more common field.
That could very well be amenable. I am glad you returned. For if you are on your way, this would be a good time for me to ask for your favor.
Okay.
He turns around and goes
Oh God.
behind an area, moves a couple things around. Seems to hear the clicking of something unlocking.
If you want some autographs, I mean, you don't
No
have to be
need.
so shy.
But you're sweet.
What is this?
And he
Comes
pulls
the
out the
human
small
skin
dark
suit.
box.
Oh God.
It's about this big.
What's in the box? What's in the box?
Here, I want you to take this and do me a favor. This will consider our debt cleared. Yes?
What is it?
What is it?
This box contains the ashes of my late wife, Zafin.
Oh.
I've kept them for years and have been intending to make a trip to Vasselheim and bury it beneath the birth heart, in the abundant terrace where she once lived and toiled as a girl. I would hope that you do this, and I would consider our pact complete.
No shit. That's it.
Wow.
What a nice, sweet man.
Yeah, I think we misjudged him.
It would be an honor to complete.
Can I roll an insight check?
Can I?
Yes,
Yeah.
please. Yeah.
Sure, go
It's
ahead.
not like it's gonna help.
I mean, just to see.
Natural 20.
No, not a natural 20. Just that's like
This
the
is
next.
your night, Laura.
This is not my night.
Can I roll an insight check?
Sure.
I like him.
Sure.
Better be a 40 or higher.
18.
Yeah, Pike.
18. He's hard to read. Just by his nature, everything is kind of even keel and strange. Can't keep rolling insight until somebody gets a ridiculous number.
No, I can because it was a 4. So
Good, great.
It's the trouble with insight.
This is like, is this the size of the ashes of the box? Or is it bigger?
It's more.
Like
I'd
a little
say
chest.
it's about 8 inches by 8 inches and
Okay.
about maybe
Alright.
4 inches high.
That's right. Yeah.
Matt, I just rolled a 4 insight check as
I
well.
was about to say.
Okay, cool.
Okay, cool.
You're all very
About
confused.
shoebox.
Well, I appreciate both meeting you all.
Where exactly would you like us to put
Oh,
these?
we should write this time.
Vasselheim,
Under the.
The birth heart. Just bury it where the nature's roots touches the soil. She liked that.
How many, I do hate to pry, but how long ago did your wife pass?
This would have been 4 years, 2 months, 6 days.
Why is it
27
important to bury it there?
It's where she grew up as a girl.
You have our condolences.
And a
It's all
promise. It will be done.
Good.
Family and history are important.
Indeed.
Okay.
Thank you.
Let us be off
Yes,
then.
yes, we'll just
And
be
if you-
gone then.
Ever find yourself in the material plane and need a tour guide? on
Hey,
our
Seneca,
side?
do you have any fire potions?
Hold on, I'm
Yeah.
conversing. What were you saying?
Just, you know where to find us. I gave you that bracelet, so.
Yes, indeed.
You will most likely be hearing from us as well.
Thank
Wait.
you.
We don't want to take the bracelet back?
Percy,
Yes. He does quite good work.
do you need a commission?
I may have a thing. I'm giving it some time. We'll see how things go.
Fine. It was just yesterday or 2 days ago at the most that you said you needed.
I'm working on a commission. It's going to be lovely. It's just going to be a surprise.
Not anymore, you're saying it in front of all of us.
Are you really going to make? All right, fine. Well, we're about to. In theory, if we survive this, we're going to have killed 5 dragons.
50-50 chance we're dead tomorrow.
So
50-50.
what a lovely thing it would be to
20.
have something built from the scales of 5 dragons. We would be the only people on the plane to be adorned with the scales of 5 dragons.
Are you talking about fingerless gloves made of dragon scales?
Yes, it's exactly what I'm. And Ray-Ban.
That'd be pretty
Not what I was
cool.
expecting, but I like.
I think we're all. If we survive this, I think we all
Just beat it, starts
should be
playing.
given
Some cool
something
ass pin.
something beautiful.
Some emblem.
Also, perhaps adorn the castle with a few of them as well.
Well, this is a good place to start. I mean, this is above average.
I love his work.
It's a whole other dimension.
I love his work.
Yeah.
So, we'll be in touch.
You are so-
Very good.
We have your card. We're good. Yeah, we know.
All right. Well, I'll be
Oh,
here.
what was your wife's name? Do you want us to
Yeah.
put a marker there or anything like that?
Zafin.
Soften.
Zafin.
Got it.
You know, as one last thank you to him, since I'm still invisible, I make moose antlers behind my sister's head and go.
That's what I wanted. One last laugh.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Seneca.
Stay safe.
Thank you, Seneca.
He just turns around and goes back to his paper.
Wait, Seneca, before you do that, is it safe for us to, teleport out of here? You won't mind?
He's just going through his papers, not paying attention.
Okay.
Yeah, just do it.
Right.
Let's go.
Let's go.
All right, where are you guys going?
Fort Daxio? Yeah. Y'all join hands
Okay.
You're in
with the kids.
Oh yeah, the kids. Wait, do we have
Kids
enough
join
spells?
Oh, I
to
bam
take them?
trinket back in my necklace so that we have
It's
enough.
one big fatty
Okay.
spell.
9? Okay.
Yeah, her and 8 other people.
Me and 8. So
Technically.
let's
Perfect.
go. Pew 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 pew.
All right.
Pew 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 pew.
Alrighty. You all concentrate, focus yourselves, clap your hands together, concentrating in the prime material plane, Keyleth, with the memory of Fort Daxia before you. You grab out your tuning fork component, your focus that you use for the spells, to consider the plane. You find yourself suddenly shift once more, the air almost escaping your lungs as that cold sensation grasps your torso, and you feel like you're being thrust through a doorway. Suddenly, it comes back and the warmth hits you once again of the sunlight. You open your eyes, and you're standing in the Othenden Pass once more. Though not as you left it.
Oh no.
There are billowing clouds of black in the air around you. You hear the shouts in the distance as the fort itself is currently under siege. You see what appears to be dozens of flying creatures currently swooping in and attacking. Most of the landscape here has been recently charred or burned. The bits of scrubland that you see have been burnt to small ashy cinders. Fort Daxio is in the process of falling. And
But
that's
not
where
all
we're
the
going to go
way.
ahead and pick up.
Consequences.
I don't see any.
minute
I don't see any in
counted.
this
And
in this
cows.
lesson.
Every minute counted.
Consequences and cows.
Man, maybe we shouldn't have gone back to Seneca.
Things happening simultaneously.
Yeah.
How
but-
long were we gone? Do you have any rough
roughly a day.
How long was I
day and a
gone?
half.
How long was it gone? How long was it out for, man?
Contact. Ashley
With the
likes
full rest that you
contact.
took to prepare for your encounter with the pit
That's
fiend
the best.
and the traveling to and from, probably close to 2 days. Anyway, we'll pick it up next week.
2 weeks
no,
from now.
2 weeks.
Oh, 2 weeks.
Oh,
Yeah, that's right.
jeez.
2 weeks from now, because Thanksgiving.
Oh God.
Oh my god.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy
But
Thanksgiving.
congrats on getting all your known vestiges, guys.
Thankful for our vestiges and thankful for being
We
alive
have all the
in
vestiges.
make believe.
And
I
we're
really
not
hope all the
dead.
armies are summoned and
Daxio
get
really
burned.
needed a restart anyway. We can have our attack from somewhere else.
How many people did we gather?
I mean, you sent out and
No
notified
idea.
a number of
But
individuals.
it's only been a day and a half, so like nobody's gotten there yet.
I hope so. I hope we didn't put all of our eggs in one basket and then burn the
burn the
omelet.
basket.
Yeah.
Hey guys, we're here to save your fort. We're gonna just step away for 2 days. Bye.
True Vox Machina.
You're gonna do great.
Thanks for coming. Bye. Bye.
Regardless, guys, great job tonight. We'll see you guys back here in a couple weeks. We'll be here, or some of us will be here next Tuesday for Vox Machina. This year on Twitch and Alpha.
Playlist on Friday.
Yeah, playlist
yeah.
on Friday
And
tomorrow.
next
Friday.
Thank you.
Is the next playlist still gonna go up the day after Thanksgiving? Or is that gonna be 2 weeks from now?
Well, one's going up tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think we should go ahead and do
Probably
it.
I
just
don't
go ahead and
know.
do one.
Probably.
Yeah, why not?
Give them
go
something to
well.
tide
There you
them
go.
over. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
so
then
thank-
playlist next Friday.
Then to talk about.
We're also doing a Thanksgiving costume contest.
Oh, and
You don't have enough
those
shirts.
winners, those are going out like this weekend to the winners, just so you guys know.
Yeah. So all the costume winners, you'll be getting your stuff soon. Thank you guys so much. Much love. And next Thursday, after next Thursday yet. Happy Thanksgiving.